Mute.
All right, let's go, guys. Welcome back to the Voidheart, and like last time, we're gonna get Arlie Aiden to do the catch up because, of course, it was brilliant. Go ahead, Arlie Aiden.
Sarcastic clap. Well done, boys. You really did it this time. I saw this coming the moment we brought Otti, the male warrior, back to life. Start at the beginning or not at all. Or better yet, let me do it. You'd make it as depressing as Dolaf's future pillow talk. As I was saying, we finally defeated the Elder Brains. The group seems to have forgotten Tantor for those dark machinations, which works for me because I have plans, that little grey trunk man. We fought our way through the Underthing and reached our final opponent, one of the Red Riders, Tang or Muju or whatever his name was. He looked vaguely familiar. Everyone fought hard to defeat him. Tantor snuck away as usual. Dolaf used his new toy bow. Vagor focused on fertility, and Sister Berladin fell down a well. I'm ashamed to say I was a little useless. I still feel as though a little motion sick from Vagor's heinous tornadoes and blacked out. But when I came to, it looked like the landscape had rearranged itself and Ragnarok itself had come. I felt much less queasy. We did that, you moronic cur. We got back home, and everyone kept talking about bringing back the dead. And when they did, I told them to kill her, just for shits and giggles. I thought I saw something deep in her eyes that reminded me of something. Was I crazy? Or maybe, just maybe, I was finally sane. The virtuous and kind Frost Giant teamed up with Tantor, the only member of our group without a secret power, to heed my warning and take down the scheming, home-wrecking little bitch. But Dolaf got all angsty and locked himself in his room. Nobody understands me, he kept yelling and crying. It was a little sad. Eventually, we found our way to Dolaf's garden, and the Void folk played their hand. It appears making deals with the enemy is tantamount to ruin. It had always been too late. Hot Cutler had undone her apotheosis, and the ranks of the fallen swelled. Quick impression! Wah, wah, wah! Who am I? You guys. Stop focusing on the negatives and reach the bottom of this little mystery using guile and cunning. My next move is to steal the blackout stick from my cousin. Was it, or maybe, just maybe, I was finally sane. Done.
I love it.
Well done, sir.
Every time, fantastic.
That was oxymoronic.
That was yeah. Oh my god, I cracked up at that part. Well played, Todd. Are you going to disappear for now, or are you staying for a bit?
No, I'll stick on for a little bit, but I have to say, the bit that literally nearly broke me was you just make it as depressing as Dolaf's future pillow talk.
That was good. That's good.
Okay, but well, we're back. So we leave. We start where we left off. All of you on the roof as silence washes over the gardens, and in that silence, Dolaf's mother, Halota, scratches the back of her hair where her plait meets her scalp. What the fuck? And she rushes over to Dolaf, who's on his knees looking pale, bewildered.
Yeah.
And she just immediately goes to him. The bells in the distance still ring across the city. The alarm bells going off in all districts now. So, you guys.
Shit.
Where did she go? Where is she? Just looking around, see if anyone has any idea. But
No.
seems that's obviously not the case.
No. Look around. Can't see any members of this retinue of void people. You just can't see any of them now.
Oh yeah, no, it was a question to the people around to see if they saw anything. But, yeah. Well, I do apologize, Dolaf, but it had to be done.
It was good that you acted as soon as you did.
I don't get it. Is he dead again, or what?
In a way, she is. But perhaps... Well, I don't know. There was a way back for Liliana, it seemed, although different.
How's Dolaf look like he's taking this?
Awfully. Truly, truly awfully. He looks very, very broken and mad. Yeah, there's very little register on his face at the moment. Like, you could just practically see gears turning in his head and steam.
Cheer up, cousin. In 6 more years, your marriage would have been void anyway.
That pretty insensitive there.
Yeah, Halota stands up and goes, Arlie Aiden! He kind of stomps over towards you.
What, it was your husband's idea?
I need you to be silent now.
Mm-hmm.
Tend to your grandfather. He still has yet to be resurrected.
Oh, I will. Adieu.
And at that moment, there's a flash of light, and next to you, Dolaf, your father appears. He looks around, locks eyes with his wife, and realization dawns on his face. He doesn't need to ask the questions. He kneels down, puts a hand underneath your chin, Dolaf, lifts your eyes to meet his gaze, says, "Come with me, son." And he,
Not now, father. I need time.
I was going to take you away from your friends and back to your tower, that's all. I know you need time.
He just quietly nods and stands.
Okay, at
Floats.
that moment, everyone on the roof sees Dolaf and his father blink out of existence, disappearing, leaving you all in the garden on your own now, with Halota, who walks off with Arlie Aiden, trying to kind of like rustle him down the stairwell.
I'm gonna try and find those clerics that we're seeing to the resurrection.
Okay, well,
I'm scared for Binkerwin. Basically, I'm thinking if he was killed by Tang, then he might also be one of the new void folk.
okay, so who is doing what? So Tumble's heading back down to the chambers. Basically, you know that the healing was going on in Dolaf's chambers, but you suspect that it no longer is.
Okay, so... Ooh. So what do I see when I get there?
Okay, so is everyone else staying up on the grounds, or are they going to go off and do their own thing?
For a while, and then after maybe an hour or so, I'll head off.
Okay, so Tumble, Vagor, I'm going to assume the sister's coming. Because he's on the phone currently, so I'm assuming he's coming with you. But Tumble, Vagor, you approach downstairs through Adawin and Halota's room, because that's where Dolaf was originally staying, across the large archway bridge into the Eren Spire Tower. And as you approach, there are 2 Eldritch Knights next to the door. Yeah, so you're currently about maybe 250 feet up in the air, and the only thing stopping you fall over is a small waist-height railing. Well, for Tumble, it's head-height, but... and as you approach, one of the Eldritch Knights goes, "Master Vagor, Tumble, sister, I'm afraid I can't let you in.
And why
is
not?
that?
Orders from the Lord himself."
To what purpose?
"I've just been told that's my orders." Wait, can I help you with something else? Are you looking for something else?
Yeah, I want to see my friend.
Okay, well, which one? Are you talking about some of the bodies?
Yeah.
He nods.
Binkerwin.
Okay, well, friend. One moment, I need to open the map. You need to head to the top fields, I'm afraid.
The what?
The top fields is to the north of the towers that you're currently in, Tumble. All the bodies that are yet to still be healed, we're taking to Jana, the healer. Jana Evelond.
Alright. Guess I'll head there.
Do you need some company heading there, Tumble?
Yeah. I think we should go together.
Very well. I can accompany you if you wish.
Okay. Are you both heading over to the top fields, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's go have a look.
Okay, so you exit the Eren Spire Towers by heading back to the main tower and heading down the staircase, which in itself, you're lucky you're not climbing the staircase because you guys would end up with real sore legs. You reach the bottom, enter into the Air-Inspire estate, where you exit into the Unisarin estate, follow the small, narrow, but idyllic roads out towards the main half-market road. Across that, and you can see the walled-off section of the city that literally has, in Sylvan above it, you guys have learned a little bit of Sylvan since you've been here, not too much to know the language, but enough to name certain places. But it's the Evilon Topfields, and as you approach, you see there are clerics and paladins going about their business. It looks like the Evilon family is made up of what looks like divine casters and healers. And as you approach, there is a thin, pencil-necked elder elf by the gate with a clipboard and parchment, basically. And she's talking to two guards who then just turn to you two as you approach. And the woman notices who you are. She greets you both. She goes, "You're the Air-Inspire friends."
Yeah. It's actually Major Tumble.
Major Tumble, it's a pleasure to meet you. I heard that you guys had returned. News travels quick within the royal circle.
Indeed. Look, what happened to the bodies here just moments ago?
My mother is currently lining them up in the temple.
Mm-hmm. There wasn't anything strange happening here? No one here came in? No one left?
Other than the banks being robbed, no, nothing's happened here in the temples.
The banks?
The bells, you can hear them, they're deafening as you get down to the city proper.
Oh shit. Well, that's news to us.
Well, we don't quite know the
Major
damage.
Tumble, I think that's where they acquired all them diamonds. They acquired all them diamonds that they were using.
Yeah,
to do that magical procedure.
we had that many diamonds in there?
Aye, clearly so.
Look, I'm not quite sure how many the bank has, but I know that they had many. Whatever's happened, all I know is that the city itself has been robbed.
Okay. Can I see,
No, you're kind of at these wrought iron gates that are kind of fashioned to be shaped out of ivy, shaped like ivy, and they kind of crawl up into a nice archway. The woman says, "Look, come with me. I'll take you to my mother."
Sure.
Very
Fine.
well. Let's get to move on.
Okay, and she leads you through winding kind of garden passageways, and you see to your right there's a hedge maze, and in front of you, dominating a major part of this section of the city, is the Grand Seldarine Temple, which most of you, all three of you, know is where Otkatla was when she died. She was getting the sexes of her child done when she was killed here. And as you approach, it is a grand building. First, you could tell, built for defense. Arrow slits, classic kind of European cathedral looking, dedicated to the religion. It's massive. It's got these spiring 4 towers at each corner that spire up to maybe just to the height, or maybe below Dolaf's tower, which is currently about 300 foot tall. And that archway that leads in has no doors. All are welcome in the Grand Seldarine Temple. And as you walk in, chill spreads down your body, despite it being near summer, as you walk into this haughty and spacious temple with nothing on the ground except bodies. The pews and altars and all the shrines to all of the elvish gods have been pushed to one side, and weirdly enough, Tumble and Vagor and Sister do recognise that the part of this temple is majorly dominated by Torm on one side. Basically the head of the temple. The shrine to Torm is bigger than the rest. And there is a man in golden plate mail up there giving orders, alongside a woman in white robes.
What happened here?
She
Rush over to them.
okay, so you rush over to the two figures that look like they're giving orders.
Yeah.
One moment. I just realised I wrote something wrong. Okay, so as you rush up, the guy in gold and plate mail has a huge tabard across his plate mail dedicated to Torm. He has a greatsword in his back. Looks like he's prepared for battle no matter what. He has bright white hair, almost white. It doesn't look like he's aged. It looks like it's been dyed. And as you approach, he turns to stare you with eyes that are deep and green, looks to the woman to his right, nods, and he leaves, his armor making a rattling sound as he leaves, and she turns towards you, a beautiful elf of perhaps middling years, long brown hair, green eyes like her husband. Says, I'm assuming you're Tumble.
Mm-hmm. That's me.
I'm Jana. Pleasure to meet you, Tumble.
Yeah, pleasure and all that. What happened here?
Well, these are the bodies yet to be resurrected.
Wow. Yeah, okay, but we just saw a load of people get resurrected.
And I saw some people get resurrected too. About half of the bodies here got up on their own accord and vanished.
Troublesome.
That'll be something to do with all those diamonds.
Mm-hmm. And of which ones left, mostly?
Well, it seemed the bodies that had passed, we've noticed the pattern, bodies that had passed during the attack 3 days ago. They mainly got up and left. The people who are still suffering, who have recently died, did not.
Okay.
So clearly this has something to do with Tang and their...
Yeah.
and Tang's killing, because obviously it's Tang that was directly responsible for their death during the attack, so whilst they were in Mojo's realm, they must have had more of a connection.
Yeah, I suspect so. I immediately start searching for Binklewind among the bodies.
Okay, as you do, make an investigation check. And Vagor, you notice in the far corner, at one of the shrines, surrounded by people dressed in what can only be described as tatters, rags, peasants' clothing, is at first your heart drops because as your hand goes to spear, then you realise no, that's Harriet, not Helga. As you see her face, and she's giving some sort of sermon to some of the people around her. There's maybe about 24 people, so you kind of like recognise she's here as well.
Well, at least there are some familiar faces still with us in a sense. And what does she seem to be doing? Giving a sermon, you said, yeah?
Yeah, kind of like, well, as you get closer, you can hear she's trying to calm the hearts of these people. You can tell these people have lost loved ones, and you may even think that some of them have just witnessed what happened to their loved ones. Getting up, just disappearing.
Yes, well, I'll leave her to it in that case. Tumble, how much time do you need here?
I'm just looking for one. I just need to know if he's still here or not.
I'm waiting on the investigation check.
Yeah, I can't click it. Could you click it for me? It's
You
slow.
can't click it?
It's slow. It'd be quicker if you just click it.
Okay. You're on a nat 20.
Oh shit! Well, there it is.
Yeah, okay, so it's not impossible. They've been quite thorough with the bodies and tried to organise them. And as you approach one side, you see that there's 7 bodies that like kind of are the same shape and size as gnomes. And it's not hard to find that they're currently, one healer has Binklewind's body out and is working on it currently. The small halflings, nimble fingers, have a needle in one hand, like a black thread in the other, and are currently trying delicately to stitch his head back to his body.
Okay, he's still here. As well as small camaraderie of my people. That's both good and bad. I don't know what these new void folk want. I don't even know if they're allies or not. But at least my guys haven't fallen in with them. What do we do now?
Well, we wait until Dolath recovers from his misery, and then we deal with this new threat, much like any other.
I think we need to locate where this new threat is, but I've got a sneaky suspicion that she'll be finding us before we find them anytime soon.
She said something about seeing us on the battlefield. Does that mean she intends to fight alongside us? Or are we going to get in her way?
I very much doubt that she is going to fight alongside us.
Aye, it's a bit naive of you, Major Tumble.
She said she wanted to kill Jexline, didn't she?
Well, let's not assume too many things with...
Aye, I think everyone's on a hit list.
Great.
Okay, so as you guys are at the temple, Arlie Aiden. I'm waiting for
Yes.
Okay, so Halota leads you down the Spire tower that you're currently in, over a lower archway to the western tower, which belongs to your grandfather and you. And as she leads you in,
Yes.
the place is still a state. Immediately, as you approach the fine cherry wood balustrade in front of you, the staircase spiraling down to your right, you overlook the library that you've seen your grandfather in so many times, and it's still the state that you saw it in last time. Though your grandfather's body has been moved from beneath the bookcase, the place is still a state. And you, somewhere in the back of your mind, you remember Tantor wanting to visit this library.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, so where is he?
His body is currently on the bottom floor. I've laid 2 healers with him, but with what's happened, I've put them on standby. But the choice is yours, Arlie Aiden. He's your grandfather. If you wish to lay him to rest, then lay him to rest. But if you wish for the healers to restore him, we are capable of doing that.
Well, let's go and visit, shall we?
Okay, she kind of leads you through the library. At the far side, there's a hatch which leads down a ladder, and from there, the arcane elevator just kind of sends you shooting down to the lower ground. And at the base, which is the weirdest thing about the Spire Towers, only Adderwin's has a door on the first floor. The rest just don't. And as you reach the bottom floor, all that there is some stained glass windows that let in a multitude of light that bathe the room in like a rainbow-esque pretty picture. But laid out on a stone table in the centre, on top of the sarcophagus of his father, is your grandfather. And 2 healers are bathing and cleaning his naked body at the moment.
Well then, come on, chop chop. Let's go.
Lotus nods and looks at the healers, and one of them kind of looks at her as if, please don't leave me with him. But she does. She leaves.
It's okay, I can supervise, gentlemen. So how do we start?
There's a male and a female healer, and the female healer is human, the male elf. The female one walks forward. Lord Harley Aiden, because we were quick on the mark and currently the body is preserved, it is a cheap process to bring him back. But he is an elderly elf. He may have moved on already and not wished to return.
Well, if that's the case, you blithering fool, it'll be fine, won't it?
Okay,
Do your
then.
job.
Sorry. Apologies. Can you make an intimidation check with advantage?
Oh, I can.
Wow, that's piss poor, but still a decent number.
Okay, so the female kind of like is kneeling, like kind of bowing as she leaves, but the male kind of looks at you and goes, "We're healers, Lord Iliad. You should treat us with more respect." And then he
Ding
turns
dong, the witch is dead.
Okay, so the female reaches into her pocket and brings out what looks like a small diamond the size of a copper piece, places it on your grandfather's forehead, and one of them, the male, begins casting, and his eyes glow white as he begins praying, and he lays a magical divine hand upon your grandfather's chest after laying some decency over him. And then eventually he brings his hand back and turns to you with a sorrowful look. He goes, I apologise, but it doesn't seem that... And as before he can finish his sentence, your grandfather's eyes open and he goes, "What, you thought that I wouldn't want to be brought back? What, get Tumble to crush grapes so I can eat them? Ugh, my back! It's shit in death as it is in life." And they all kind of like turn around. Go ahead.
No, I was just. It's alright. It's all good. It's all good. Carry on.
He turns to you and goes, "Grandson."
Hello.
Ah, see, you have not been cured of your madness in my absence. How long have I been dead?
See, you haven't been cured of your psoriasis, so we're even.
Hilarious. How long have I been dead? And he grabs hold of the elf cleric by the scruff of his robes, and then as he stands, his towel falls off, revealing his full old naked glory. And the guy looks down and goes, 3 or 4 days? He goes, "Oh, not long then. I've been dead for longer." And Luke throws the elf to the side, picks up the towel, ties it slightly round him.
So, firstly, a quick questionnaire, if that's okay, Grandfather.
Yes, and can you make a perception check, Harley?
Yeah. If I roll as low as I did a second ago, then it's going to be
it's
useless.
Well, so you notice there's a lot different. He looks a little bit younger than usual, and a little bit more sprightly. He stands a little bit straighter than you remembered.
Okay, so I'd like you to answer some questions before we go upstairs and resume our work, if possible.
Resume what work? We were working?
Well, we've got lots to do, you see. Lots of things that we need to acquire.
Oh, great.
But anyway, I call this my void detection test.
And his eyes narrow at you.
First question. You have been given a chicken by your neighbor. Do you A, eat it, B, return it with thanks, or C, kill it and use its blood to paint over your neighbor's walls?
He looks at you and goes, "What? Well, I'll endure this to make you happy. D. I get the servants to hold it because I am beyond holding a chicken. They pluck it and they cook it and then they chew it up for me. Because look, I've got no teeth."
That's exactly how a void person would answer.
Is that so?
Yes. Anyway, question 2. Your dad has invited you to dinner. You A, run and scream because he's dead. B, run and scream because you're not sure whether he's undead or a ghost wraith. Or C, calmly accept the invitation and RSVP.
I'd probably just calmly accept it. I mean, if you knew my father like I knew you, or you knew me, then that guy with that will would probably, come back and invite me to dinner.
Another incorrect answer, Grandfather.
Is that so?
It is.
Let's head
At
upstairs.
the moment.
He kind of waddles with his towel against his pouch all the way to the arcane lift as it lands back down. He stands there and he goes, "Come, grandson."
Okay.
Okay, and you sit, as you get in the lift, instantly shot up to the library. He exits, walks over to one side where there's a coat, wraps it round him, does the belt up, begins walking around and methodically picking up scrolls and bits of books and making a pile. He goes, "Ollie Aiden, come help me with this shelf now, son."
You've got time. I mean, only... Don't you have to go and visit the Void Queen soon?
It says nothing. "Just lift the damn shelf so I can get the book."
Okay, sure. But I'm sure she's waiting for you, you know. I'll help him.
Yeah, okay, he picks up a few books, places them in a pile, and they look like to be maybe the right amount to carry, not enough to you don't need a wagon to transport these, and he places one scroll and he goes, complete. And he turns to you with the coat on, says, "I really do help. They have found some way to help you, grandson."
Sorry, what was that?
"I really hope they do find a way to help you. I mean, she did give you an out. You did not take it."
Well, she did, I know. But that's just for weaklings and fools, isn't it? If someone were to give me the void person test, I think I'd pass every time.
"Yes, you probably would." And he humours you by patting you on the head. And he then turns around.
How does this work? Do you knock me out first and leave that way, or do you cast some kind of horrible spell at me so that I'm incapacitated before you leave?
"No, I do no such thing. But Ollie Aiden," he looks around with his arms held out, and no longer does he look like he's got arthritic joints, and he just points to the library around him and says, This now belongs to you. Do with it what you wish. This is my life work and my father's life work. And your mother's too. Remember that, Arlie Aiden. But remember, I am always your grandfather, and I love you. And he puts one hand on the pile of books, and there's a sucking sound, and he just disappears in a void explosion.
Oh, shit.
Oh, curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Yes, I love you.
Oh, fucking real.
Anyway,
Okay.
I will spend some time searching the library if you're going to move on.
Okay, make an investigation check.
I shall. Let's get a nat 20, please.
That's very good, though.
Let's go.
Okay, so you find something that you haven't seen in ages. You remember when you were younger, your mother, was the best at creating strange magical items, and your grandfather was super proud of her because they were creative, they were crazy, and you remember one that your mother let you play with as a kid. And as you look through one of the shelves, you find it. It's a wand, but you remember that your mother had a thing for being a warrior at the same time as also being a sorcerer. She wanted to train as an Eldritch Knight, and she created this artifact to help her. And I'm going to copy paste it for you.
Finally, I have a stick of blackout. How delightful. How delightful. That's actually fucking perfect. Genuinely perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Ah, I guess to reading then.
Yes. Okay, so Dolaf, we'll move on to you. So,
Okay, first of all, let me just make this a bit more applicable to Dolast's situation. Is that reversed or is that
no,
right?
no, that's fine. That's fine.
Good.
Amazing.
Okay, so
So
you and your
doing-
father instantly teleport into your bedroom, and despite it being a mess, it's still the bedroom you remember from all of your years. And all the healers and the bodies have been moved out. It's been tidied up slightly, and as you appear, Minth, the ethereal servant, appears. And he's obviously been a little bit damaged, because as he speaks, it's like he's got a speech impediment. Hello there, Master Dolaf. Oh, Adowin. Pleasure to see you. And immediately a whiskey bottle floats from under the bed where he keeps the good stuff. And then it floats up. Careful. For a drink?
Yes, but please be silent from now.
Of course, sire. And you get like the crystalline tumbler, and he makes your favourite old fashioned for you.
Father,
Yes,
whilst I
son.
appreciate this, if you could leave me in peace, I have things to deal with.
And he flicks his cloak round and places something on the table, and it's a small scrying orb. Okay. Just tell Nymph that you need me, or Mother, and I will be here instantly. The Senate has called an emergency meeting. If you feel up for it, you and your friends are welcome.
Okay. I'll try to be there.
Make no rush, Dolaf. Decisions in this city can be made without you. It's fine if you need to grieve.
She's not dead yet.
Oh no, far from it, it would seem.
I just kind of wait for him to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he instead of teleporting out, he kind of, he's used to his spell slots. He walks off, opens the door, closes it behind him. You are left alone in your bedroom. Is there anything you would like to do?
There is.
Okay.
Is there anything you would like to do that we would need to know about?
So on this bow,
Mm-hmm.
I have a once a day ability
You
to ask
do,
a
yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd like to ask the question of Arash.
Okay. Have you attuned to it now? Yeah.
I thought we had time to attune
We
after
did.
the battle.
Oh yeah, we did indeed. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
you
if
can-
not, I'll attune to it now. But yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to ask. if there is anything that can be done to restore Katla to how she were previously.
Okay, so you've never used this ability first, but you know it's there. It's in the back of your mind. You've attuned to it. You know the ability's there. So as you kneel down in prayer and lay the bow out, you ask the question, and for a full maybe 10 seconds, there's nothing but silence, and you feel like you did it wrong. But then suddenly the room vanishes beneath your feet. You get a brief sense of vertigo, and then stars begin to blink into existence around you. And as you feel like you're still falling, star rises up, getting closer and closer and closer and closer, until it's so close that you can feel the heat of its celestial light. And then you hear a voice coming from that celestial body. Odkadla has gone to the void, but only halfway, Dolaf. There is no way she can be restored, but know that she is still herself. The void is part of her now, and her people will embrace it, for better or for worse. I can continue answering matters related to this question.
No.
Very well. And then suddenly you're back in the room, but instead of kneeling, you are now laying on the floor, and there's a slight bit of dribble coming out of your mouth when you wake up. And you turn around, and you've been passed out for a full minute.
Yeah. Wipe that away.
Mm-hmm.
Stand, place my own orb next to my father's scrying orb and think, why did he leave this here?
He didn't know you had one.
And obviously I will scry out Cutler.
Okay, the moment you try, the orb goes cloudy, then turns inky black, and a little crack appears on the top.
Very well. And then you can cutscene.
Cutscene! Alright, so for the rest of the... Well, we're going to start with, I reckon, Sister Berladin. We discussed your downtime. Are we going to do what I said? I know what you want to do, but I asked if you wanted to go with a montage.
He's gone.
Hey, where'd he go?
It's like, it's my downtime, I'm leaving.
Yeah, like...
That was me unmuting myself, and Discord just crashed. That was ace.
Fair enough, but remember we
Yeah,
discussed...
if you want to go with Arnie instead, yeah, go for it.
You do indeed, Rocket. Just leave your camera on for me. Okay, so Sister Berladin,
Right, okay, cool.
you're going to do what we said, yeah?
Montage.
Are you really going to go for it? Are you really going to party hard these downtime away?
What it says.
I love it. Okay, so...
Political partying hard.
Okay, so that moment, as you
Feel free
leave...
to include me in 1 or 2 days of that.
Well, wait. So, Vagel, what you can do is we're going to do it day by day. I'm going to get you to make 5 charisma rolls, and you can join in at any of those nights, just so you know what the fuck's going on. I wish I had some sort of party music. I'm going to look. There you go.
What?
Found it. Loaded up. Uploaded by Senrith himself. Okay, so Sister Berladin, on the first night, you approach the Tangle. You've heard that this area is like the area for refugees and down on their lucks. But as you approach, the place is just a pub crawl waiting to happen. And as you walk into the first bar, called Dolaf's Hide, you first meet a couple of people that you begin playing cards with. The drinks are flowing. And can you make a charisma check, please?
Just a flat charisma or...
Yeah.
Sweet. Flat charisma, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, if it was a persuasion or a performance or something, mate. Come on, give me something proficiency.
This is just a flat charisma check. Remember, the DC's quite low, so... Okay, so on the first night, you don't get too hammered, because your Dwarven Fortitude kicks in after midnight, but after midnight, you and a few other half-orcs are dancing along tables until you're thrown out of several different pubs. You've grown a little following, and because of the ambrosia that you're using, people are beginning to really fall for you. And you have your own little cronies, your own little posse following you on around the tangle, going for a massive pub crawl. And as you guys swagger into snarl houses and approach a rather high-end brothel, you will get into a bit of a bar brawl with a load of elvish patrons inside there. And Sister Berladin, on the second morning you wake up underneath Dolaf's Ark, with a headache. You are missing 35 gold pieces, and two orcs are asleep near you with empty bottles. And there's one guy, a human, who kind of like stumbles in front of you and goes, "That was one great night," and then vomits into the river.
Aye, that's what we're aiming for. You know, boys, the suffering, we need to make sure that we're recovering with it as well.
Okay, so second night, charisma check. This is montage for his downtime.
Sure.
Remember, they're performing on these nights as well, so we're...
Yeah, well, you can cast enhance ability if you really want, so you get
oh yeah, this is fully magically imbued fucking everything. Dancing lights are going around and we're flicking weird shows with them. I've got some fucking thaumaturgy, that shit's going on there as well.
What's your performance like?
Thaumaturgy, and then some holy guidance.
Okay, I get it. You're
Blasting out some performances on the cowbells. We're going for it. We're livening up the town.
Okay, so the second night,
building's name on everyone's lips.
on the second night, you had forgotten because you got so drunk on the first night that you planned to meet up with the people you'd met up with before. So as you're walking through the half market, a half orc goes, "You! We've been waiting for you for 45 minutes!" Vagel, just let me know when you're joining in, what night.
Yeah, let's say night 4.
Night 4. Okay, so Sister Berladin, that night, you guys head into Fisherman's Horizon, where all of the pirates and the sailors take their usual frivolity. And it's a bit of a down on their luck, kind of down situation at the moment because of what's recently happened. Everyone's mourning, but the moment you walk in, the party begins. Bards are playing, people are dancing, and that's the night when you...
Who needs boards when you got Berlin on the fucking Alpine bells? Like I said, my backing singers at this point, but I'm busting out some sea shanties and shit at this point.
Okay, but the next morning, you wake up with a headache, but you're asleep in a different place. You've got a small house, kind of like empty, hollow house around you, and as you wake up, people are asleep in the corners. Some of them are asleep near the door, and as you stand up, look around, that same human guy that puked over into the river goes, "Bacon," and just lands you a plate of meat.
Oh, you're a sweet boy, you're a sweet boy. Right, stamina, dwarven constitution, dwarven resilience. We'll manage this, boys. We'll manage this.
Okay, well, the human seems to be unnaturally fine today, and you don't remember even meeting up with him last night.
Constitution, boy, is something.
How much gold do you have? Let's check.
I've just lost 35, so I'm not on to 55 gold pieces.
Okay, so you want to continue? Day 3?
Still going.
Okay, so nice.
This town's full name is going to be on the lips.
Go ahead, mate.
When it starts winding down and people are starting to pass out, that's when the religious undertones are starting to breed into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much almost fight club-esque, where people are doing it to let go of the problems to begin with, but then I'm finding them a cause amongst it as well. And that's more for the wee hours of the morning. Of get your son down to Baldur's Church in the morning and find out why this is all important.
That's funny because the moment you walk out of that wooden hollow shack that you've managed to fall asleep in, you kind of scratch the back of your head, yawn, turn round, and in red paint above the house is Baldur's Temple, and you're like, huh? And then the human walks out and goes, "I did a good job, don't I?"
No, that seems quite impressive, actually.
Well, you won it. It's yours.
Humble beginnings.
This is
where we'll start from.
Well, you won it last night. It is yours.
Right, like say humble.
You have no clue. You do not remember winning it.
I'm fucking fully go for it. Yeah, it's exactly what I planned it as. Yep.
Right, keep going. Another check.
Good artmanship. All right, let's keep on going. I'm starting during the day whilst I'm just trying to nail through. hangovers and everything. I'm breaking out brewer supplies as well to try and get some of my own performance on that one in there as well. I started making some of my own elixir and shit on that.
Oh, you've already got these people drinking out of your palm because they're charmed. You are conditioning these people.
There's only so much magical elixir that can go around, so I'm making some of my own mixes in there as well. These are more for the bracer shots and everything. I'm just making like triple distilled whiskey.
Okay, so on the third night,
comes into it later in.
On the third night,
the less likely to realise that they're being charmed by the magical ambrosia.
You end up
if they're already fucking triple whiskeyed up.
You end up in the refugee town of Greytown, and inside a circus tent of sorts, a large kind of communal tent, like a beer hall, you end up garnering a lot of followers here because you realise that a lot of these desperate people are in the market to get revenge. They are seeking vengeance, and that night, you remember specifically beating the living shit out of a half-orc who started a fight on you. But the moment you wake up in the morning, you turn around and there is a massive bronze statue to Boulder behind you. He's kneeling with an arrow. I don't remember getting that. And as you touch your cheek where there's a bruise, this half-orc is passed out near the shrine. He kind of wakes up to see you and he goes, "Morning, gorgeous." And he's missing teeth. And you remember specifically your fist hitting that mouth.
Just like running my tongue around my lips, like.
Yeah, you've now got maybe 3 or 4 dozen people in this temple asleep around you.
No, I see. That's when we start getting the phones and stuff on it. So then, midday, providing them with food. It would just be meager food for the morning.
Okay.
Basically, to line your belly for the night again.
Okay, you need to spend 10 gold pieces.
How much?
10 gold pieces for that. And also, just so you know, when you wake up, you are missing 2 daggers, all of your crossbow bolts, and that is it. Now. Okay, so Vagor, on the 4th day you are looking for Sister Berladin. We'll do your downtime previously, but we'll say your 4th day spent with Berlin. You find her and a bunch of her cronies, which you haven't met yet, near the half mark. And as you approach, you recognise a specific half-orc that you'd met a few days, and he's got missing front teeth.
I was hoping to find that. There are some things that will make this day a bit different. So, do you want to go over that first, or?
What do you mean?
Well, this day would be going for the 4th day. Now I'm starting to actually get a bit of a following. It's going to be a lot more sermons and stuff like that involved today, where it's going to be a lot more.
But you realise you've actually kind of garnered a lot of alcoholics, so.
Yeah.
And desperate refugees, so they just want to get wasted.
Yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. That's what I want. I want the desperate.
Yeah, he just goes, "Look, sister, we just want to get wasted and have a good time."
Oh no, that's what I'm preaching to you boys. Like, there's no reason not to be doing this, but to get to that point, aimless partying is not quite as satisfying as what it is after a hard day's work and a good day's graft. We can't be partying like this all the time, and when the demons are knocking on the door, we've got to make sure them demons are vanquished. And once they're vanquished, that's when we get truly lathered.
Well, friend, and then he turns around, and you see this guy's got his own bit of charisma. You have a feeling that this guy might be a good lieutenant. And as he turns, you can see scars all down his back. And Vagor, you remember him saying he was part of Camp Shatter, and he'd been there at the Flame Wave, and the only thing that kept him alive was Orcish Fury. And he turns around and goes, "Yeah, that's what we need. Strike back at the demons. Take arms. If this city is going to try and take Ragnar back, we will!" And everyone around lifts a tankard. Yeah!
What I'm going to do is this +2 Warhammer that I've got knocking around spare now. And you, sir, you will be God, my champion. Still fucking staggering because I'm still half cut in the morning.
Yeah.
You're getting a +2 Warhammer. Now, we all go forward. We find people able-bodied enough to help the cause going forward. And we make sure that when the demons come knocking on our door, we knock them back twice as fucking hard.
And then that's when the orc grabs the warhammer, and goes, "Oh, it's quite nice actually, ain't it? Cheers." And then he rips it up into the air, and then goes, and the Ileana will know who comes knocking at her door. Ivar Longwar comes knocking at her door. Oh, and Sister Bernadine, and he puts a hand on Vagor's shoulder and he goes, "What's your name, lad? I didn't quite catch it."
Yes, good to see you again. It's Vagor.
Oh yeah, look at you, it's you again! The guy who wanted to work at the tannery.
Yes. Well, it's very nice to see you all in such good spirits.
Well, alcohol lubricates the situation.
Yes, I've always partaken to other methods. For which, can I please have 3 rolls of what I've been gathering in the last 3 days?
We were going to get to you afterwards, but... well,
it's a part of it. If he needs to know what he's
I was just going to do everyone's downtime one at a time, if you wanted to interject and be there.
We can intermingle from now on.
It's just easier if I do it one at a time. No, but if you did want to join in, just say so. You just join in on their downtime, especially with his.
I've got my alchemy jug as well, so like, I'm trying to determine what like the wealth of the evening is going to be. If there's going to be enough money pooled together from everyone where we can afford drinks, it'll be breaking out like honey and shit like that during the day to like line people's stomach. For like the fucking basic porridge and shit we're doing. But if we're going, it's going to be quite a tight evening. It'd just be breaking out like the 4 gallons of beer on that, and then fucking magical ambrosia for everyone else and stuff like that, just to cultivate this little.
Okay, so the 4th night goes. Can you make me a check,
falling.
Sister? You need to make a check. Remember, make the charisma check for me. Okay, 20. So, Vagor, what you notice going on that night is, as you're drinking and partaking in some sort of partying, I don't know what else.
Yeah, I mean, that's not quite what I had in mind, so I don't know how you want to do this downtime if you don't know what I've been doing, but...
Well, then just act like you've done it, and then we'll go back to it in a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so what you notice is the sister seems to be gathering some sort of cult around her.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way you can explain it. To her, it looks like friends, but to you, it looks like she's becoming some sort of religious cultist.
I mean, she always was one, right?
Yeah, but this seems crazy. And what you see that night is she bets down quite a lot of her stuff and seems to magically some sort of come out the victor, and that's when everyone starts cheering, and drunkenly she ends up purchasing more things for the temple. And her lackeys run off to do it. Mm. And that night, Ivar Longwar comes up with a name for everyone. And he says, "We're the Ironhides. You know, named after Boulder."
I love it. By Boulder's blessing. And then the fucking Boulder Beans starting to become a very centre point of these speeches and these talks and these motivational call to arms. It's starting to become very symbolic of this. And I want some artistic impression and stuff like this hanging off our wooden hut. So it's just like we've got Boulder's Boys or something like that on the church, or Boulder's Church and thing, and then just like a very similar looking impression of my Warhammer.
Okay, so the next day when you wake up, sister, you are woken up by the sounds of nails on hammer and nails, and as you open your eyes, you look up and see builders swarming over your little humble wooden shack as it's expanding and the rubble's being cleared out from where the previous building had been destroyed. And from there on, we are going to move on to Vagor for his downtime.
All right. So, yeah, at the start, before heading back into town, I will go into the wilds. I will leave everything except for the spear and some basic traveler's clothes. I will leave everything behind in the quarters in the Air-inspired towers, and then head out into the forest nearby if I can.
Okay, yeah. You can head to the northwest. There's definitely some forest there.
Mm-hmm. And as we're going through this forest, there'll be some quiet meditation, some parlaying with the spirits here, and there'll be some gathering of some substances. And you want survival for it?
Yeah, sure. I want to know what you're doing, but never mind. I think I can guess.
So he tries and finds some ingredients for some concoctions of his own, different to the kind that that Sister Bernadine prepares. But well, party drugs not all the same.
Yeah, I know what you're going for. Okay, so yeah, you do manage to find a small supply of what you're looking for.
Yep, they just get dried and taken care of and put into a pouch to use later.
We'll say that's at least a day and a half, nearly 2 days of downtime in the wilds by yourself. So...
Oh yeah, I was planning to do this for 3 consecutive days.
Oh, fair enough. You can make another roll then and get 2 sets if you want. Oh, yeah,
right.
Have 3 sets. See, on the second day, you do come across what looks like an area particularly blessed by the Feywild, and you feel its positive influence as you walk upon this pond, and you see this beautiful, serene, picturesque area around you, and immediately, as you kind of wish for it, it kind of appears right below the tree. There's like a whole field of them, and you just go, huh. And get to it. You begin harvesting.
I do, and then after this very successful harvest, I will sit down and I'll try and see if there's any spirits around to talk to here.
Okay.
I don't know if you want me to roll anything, but I have this.
The knowledge of various spirits agrees. Okay, so what are you doing to make a great display of respect?
Well, first I'd have to know what spirit may be lingering around here prior to... Like, I'll just sit there and meditate and see if anyone speaks to me, and if not...
Okay, one moment. I'm just looking up.
Certainly, sir.
Ah, okay, so as you call out, something does appear out of the pond that you just collected all the mushrooms from. A small creature with a chubby little belly, dark blue skin, wide, curious eyes, bald head, kind of like crawls out. Like,
yes, and I'll try my best imitation of that in Vagr's voice.
Okay, make a performance check.
And I will, I guess to ease things along, I will. What would I do? What would I know about this?
Okay.
This thing?
You would definitely need a nature check. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know this creature. It's not particularly a nice creature, but it's not particularly a bad creature. It's a boggle.
Okay.
Yeah, it goes, and then it begins to wipe some of the oil all over its body. Points at you.
Okay, so in a respectful manner, but nonetheless, I expect the boggle to recognize his tradition. I'll grab some mud and throw it at him.
He leans down, begins forming a little compact mud ball, holds it up, it turns into oil, and just goes, whoa! And it splashes at your feet and splashes oil, or slippery oil all up yourself, and he goes, and then begins running around your feet.
I'll chuckle back at him, and then I'll kneel down and sit. And I'll just try my best to communicate a little bit with it and see if it wants to party.
What languages do you know?
Common, Elven, and Giant.
Okay.
I do have this, if it might help. So
No.
I do know how to communicate
It
with
does
weird
speak
stuff
to
a little
you
bit.
in a language that you recognise because you've spent so long in Isolcapula. It's speaking Sylvan.
Okay, is Sylvan close enough to Elvish?
It's close
to sort
enough
of
to
use them?
Elvish to kind of understand what it's getting at.
Yeah.
You get
So
a kind of an you want oil? I got oil.
And I'll reply, well, sure, I'll have some oil. Do you want some mushrooms?
It's always, it just goes wide eyes. Yes.
Alright, and then we spend some time partying.
Okay, yeah, he takes the mushrooms and immediately begins excreting an extraordinary amount of oil everywhere. It's so sticky that he ends up getting trapped in his own oil, and as his eyes are going all wide with the psychedelic mushrooms finally taking effect, He then
It
just
sounds like he's called a boggling whitey. Like instead of being trapped in his own head, he's just trapped in his own oil. Like I can't move my body without my head hurting.
It seems to not be able to. You know, Boggles can usually control the slipperiness or the stickiness of his oil. Looks like he's lost complete control of it, and he's just fucking sticky one moment, sliding around next, and he just begins to laugh at the sky as the nighttime descends.
Yeah, and that's pretty much how Vigor spends the rest of the day before heading back to.
Party, yeah. Okay. Okay, so Tumble.
All right.
And of
So
course, at Sister Wordin's party, some of these mushrooms are passed out for
Oh, obviously, yeah.
Oh
to
yeah.
partake.
Dishing some of them bad boys on.
Okay, Tumble, what are you up to?
Okay, so the first thing I'll be doing is taking some time alone to look over these swords that I found. And we're in the Elven capital, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to spend some
Okay,
time
so-
alone with my swords.
I guess I'll find some sort of private chamber to myself and
Yeah, you
just look
guys
these.
do have your own rooms.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, looking over them without attuning to them, I'll take my time to identify what these actually are and what they can do,
Okay, so
and then, yeah, go on.
you definitely get, like, one of them is definitely corrupted. The way that it drips this black, viscous void, which, by the way, the moment it drips, only drips about an inch before just deteriorating. Never touches the surface, really. And one of them is definitely purified, divine. The runes all up it are definitely kind of a holy Nordak inscription.
Mm.
And eventually, after spending some day or two with it, you realise one is the Sword of Frey, known as one moment, I need character sheet up so I can say this. You definitely know that one is the Sword of Frey, that's known as Summer Brandir.
Okay.
You know that it literally shines like sun, because as you've drawn it, it lets out a brief shine of light as you hold it up.
And these two seem like a pair.
For now, they seem like they've been bonded somehow.
Yeah, and you see, Tumble is scratching his head over this, wondering, well, how can one be of pure light and purity and light? And it doesn't make sense why it'd be bonded with something of pure evil in at least Tumble's eyes. And if it's of the void, how is one not corrupting the other? Is there some sort of tug of war between these two blades?
You feel like their spirit bond is in perfect balance.
Perfect balance. And I guess that, in my mind, would harken back to what's going on right now in the world. And I don't know, this is some sort of metaphor or something, but I guess he's trying to realize that maybe this is the way of the world. Maybe there is supposed to be just a balance of evil and light in the world.
You do know, though, that Tearthing had this legend about it a long time ago, that whoever wields it, 3 great evils will come upon that person.
Right. During that time, I'm going to try and just attune to Soambranda and see if it...
It doesn't work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
it just doesn't work. The moment you try to attune to Summer Brandir on its own, it fails.
When you say it fails, do I get a sense that...
You get a sense that you were rejected by some sort of otherworldly force.
Whoa. Okay. That's odd. And it perturbs me, and I hold back attuning to the blades for at least a day as I ponder this idea that to accept one is to accept both. You have to take the evil and the light in the same stride.
Yes.
Yes, it makes me go into deep contemplation about it. But during that time, I'm hoping that they have fixed up Finkelwind during this time. And
Yeah.
if you
On the second day, his body is prepared. But it's just
okay,
waiting.
I will not interfere, but I would like to oversee the resurrection.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Jana is present. She's the head healer of the entire city. She's the top priest, top honcho, big honcho.
Mhm.
But as you approach, she has to cast an actual resurrection spell on him rather than revivify.
Yeah,
So it's a bit
It's
of a serious thing.
yeah.
And with a lack of diamonds, it looks like trade between Mern's and Sister Berladin's people has happened, and a new influx of gemstones have been bought from Brookheim.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say that's where I could lend a hand if need be. I'd say like, if we need diamonds, I've got the gold.
Okay, so he says, Tumble, I'm assuming you wish to be present.
Yes, I want to make sure this is done. And I know Binkwin's been through a lot. I don't know if he's ready to come back or not, but there's the questions I have for him, and we need to rebuild our home. And
Okay.
Binkwin, a figure that needs to be present for all our people.
She says, well, stand aside so my people can do their work.
Certainly.
And that's when diamonds are laid at all 8 chakra points on his body. And as she walks to each one, placing a finger, they begin to glow. She walks up and down his body, pressing them. And when they're all alight, his entire body begins to glow. And she finishes casting the spell after a very long time. You feel like you've been waiting there for maybe 10-15 minutes. And one by one, each priest begins to join in with the incantation. Until eventually, Binkwin's eyes open, but he doesn't say anything. Unlike the rest of the resurrection you've seen, where people are shocked to be brought back to life. They kind of gasp, they have cold sweats. He just kind of like looks around the room.
Did they bring back your ass from the dead? Did it work?
He looks around and goes, ah! Grabs hold of his head, where the wound once was. And he goes,
Oh yeah.
I chopped my head off!
Yeah, you might have a few phantom pains for a while. That'll happen. It's good to have you back.
He kind of looks bewildered and he goes, it's good to be back. I think. Who's that? He looks around to the corner of the room and looks up. Who's that? And the priests say, we'll leave you to it. And he keeps looking around the room confused.
Well, these people brought you back, so you owe them your thanks.
Thanks!
Probably a bit more than that, but, in due time. So, I don't know what you last remembered, but I'll catch you up, and I'll describe everything that's happened from the moment we found him.
Yeah. Can you make a perception check?
Yes, certainly.
Okay, so you do notice a few things. As you talk to him, he continues to look into different corners of the room and look around, as if he's completely distracted.
Yeah, so I'm stopping like mid-sentence, like,
yeah, he's like,
explaining, like, and so then we defeated him, and then this happened, and are you okay? I'm over here. My eyes are up here.
yeah, I'm cool, I'm good.
I look around the room like, look, I don't know what was on the other side, but where have you been? What do you remember?
I was dead. Don't remember much. I remember fighting Tang.
Uh-huh.
Well,
You weren't in some sort of, like, nirvana, were you, by any chance?
He leans in and goes, briefly?
Briefly.
Well, kinda. I was there for a year.
What? A year? And you're saying you don't remember? Look,
Kinda? He kind of like shakes his head, hits it really hard, as if he's trying to get something out of it. And he goes, stop talking!
Uh-oh. I'm starting to get flashbacks of, like, Alien. Not like this.
And Binkwin goes, I gotta go!
No. You don't go anywhere.
He kind of jumps off the table.
I need you to come back with me. To Tumbundabin.
It's done, Tumble. Our people are dead, and what remains of us have fled.
But these clerics, they can bring them back. We can.
Not all of them. They turned to ash. They're dead. You need to get over it. He kind of looks confused. He goes, I'm sorry.
I know it's never going to be the same.
You know,
I know what's happened is. changed everything, but I know they're never going to go back to the way they were.
You need to find a new life. Here, with these people, your friends. They love you.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but I do have responsibilities now, apparently.
Shut up!
Got a rank and everything. Look. What do you mean? Are you hearing voices by any chance?
Yes. No. Kinda.
What are they saying?
To join them.
Mm-hmm.
And at that moment, as he turns to the right, you see that his eyes kind of look a bit white, milky white, like as if his colour's fading from his eyes. Huh? What you look at?
Before you go, I know what's happening.
Kind of looks around confused. He's like, "Shut up! I'm trying to
I
talk to Tumble."
I need to know where I need permission, firstly, to your study. All your magical belongings, are they still down there in Umbundaben? We didn't get a chance to
No.
check everything out.
No, I stashed them.
And where did you
He
stash
begins
them?
laughing, remembering where he stashed them. It's
And where are
under Dolab's bed. Do you remember when we visited the castle?
you? What? You hid all your magic stuff under.
Yes.
That's the worst place.
No, I stuffed them in the mattress.
Okay. Are you sure you didn't leave anything back in Umbundaben then? You took it all with you when you escaped?
I left the well, but I can't take that with me.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Alright, okay. Dolab's bed, what the fuck? What possessed you? I guess it's better than Arlie Aiden's bed.
Well, that was Eric and shit. I was really scared, so I just kind of placed them.
Alright, okay. I'm gonna try and head back there. Maybe Dolab's father can lend me a hand. Teleporting me over there.
Wouldn't trust him.
Look,
Just to
Wait,
help out, if you wait long enough, on the third day, Doleth is out of his room. Depending on if you wait long enough and stuff.
oh really? Okay.
Hmm?
Is it this bed here? As in this?
No. He's talking about the one back at all the way
That's
back
right,
in Vineland when you guys met the army.
Right.
I'm gonna need
Remember
to
when he
tell him.
disappeared for a bit? You were like, "Where the fuck is Pinklewood?"
Gotcha.
Maybe not in our lifetime, but eventually, I'd like to see the deep gnomes return to their former glory. And
We weren't the only deep gnomes. There are more.
true, but we had our own little home, you know, our own slice of the Underdark.
Look, many of us died, alright? And I tried. Remember the people in the prison?
Mm-hmm.
The ones that you tried to let free? Well, they all died.
Yeah. Well, I know where they are now, and I think they're calling for you.
He kind of looks around confused and he goes,
I
it's
think
really
they're
hard not to listen.
It's your choice. You can either stay here with me and try to fix this fucking mess.
He kind of looks at you and goes, you're kind of the best friend I've ever had. I'm sorry. And he puts one hand on your shoulder and goes, she's calling. I can't say no.
End him.
Don't be an enemy to me.
It's
Put
strange.
him out of his misery.
I'm not your enemy. She says we're not your enemy.
What are you then? If you're not our enemies, they're trying to take you away from me. So what are you?
He goes,
What are they?
I have to go, Tumble. She's calling. And he goes, shut up. One moment of defiance. They're at Bradford Castle. And he just gets sucked in from behind him as the portal opens and he disappears.
Awesome.
Finkelwind, you never failed to surprise me.
Right, where the piss is Bradford Castle. So
Alright, I'm gonna get to working out that exactly. On day 3, I'm gonna get my maps out.
Okay.
Start figuring out where that is.
Yes, everyone knows that Bradford's Castle was Cutler's old home. Dolaf and Arlie Aiden, when they first started this journey, their first mission was to rescue Bradford's firstborn son. And they went into the Sunless Citadel to rescue him, but he was gone. And then Dolaf married Bradford's daughter, Cutler.
Yeah, and I remember this, and I'm like,
Tumble, you think she's gone home?
She's gone full circle. Maybe a bit of sentiment. Alright. Okay, now that's that done. I'm gonna ask Dolaf's father if he's around.
Okay, so as you approach Aaron Spy Towers, Arlie Aiden?
Yes.
Yes, what would you like to be doing for the first 3 days? Since we've done everything in a 3 to 4 day increment, we'll get this off, and then Dolaf says he's going to exit his bedroom on the 3rd day.
So many things.
Oh god, someone help me. I'm scared.
Okay, so I'll leave the library pretty sharpish, and I'll go and find the nearest guard I can find.
Okay, the Eldritch Knight just above that's been posted. He's kind of a grizzled elf with like a little bit of a stubble going on beneath his helmet. He goes, Lord Arlie Aiden, I've been tasked to accompany you wherever you go to make sure you do not get into trouble like usual.
That is absolutely fantastic. I was going to ask you to accompany me anyway. Tell me, good man, could you find me perhaps a ward of the king or someone I could use to pass on a message to His Royal Highness?
I can indeed.
Fantastic. Lead the way.
Okay, so he leads you across the bridge, straight into Dolaf's tower, around some of the corridors, up to the gardens, across the archway into Adowin's tower, where you meet Infling, the butler, who, by the way, has his left arm in a sling, and now looks to be carrying a weapon for the first time in what Arlie Aiden, in your entire life you've ever seen him. Everyone knows that he's a famous general, a warrior, but he's never carried a weapon in your lifetime. But his left arm is in a sling, and he has a scimitar sheathed to his right, and he's wearing some sort of custom breastplate as he walks around. Then the guard walks up to whispers. Infling goes, "Oh, okay, Arlie Aiden, come with me."
As I'm walking up to Infling past the guard, I just whisper just out of earshot to the guard that accompanied me about, "Watch how serious I can act, it's hilarious." And then all of a sudden his face just shifts and it's now completely deadpan.
Oh my god. Okay, so the Eldritch Knight does follow you, and you follow Infling out of the tower into the palace, where you see members of the Senate are gathering. There's probably about 50 elves, men and women as well, going about their business, talking about the day's meetings. Amongst them, in his formal robes, you see Adowin, Dolaf's father, talking to him. And anyway, he passes perception check, looks and sees you, and goes, "Oh god," rushes over.
Uncle, kind and fair greetings.
He looks deadpan at you, and he looks at Infling, and Infling goes, "Yes, he seems to be in a rather serious mood." And Adowin says, "That's okay. You can go, Infling." Infling says, "Of course, sire," and leaves. What do you want, Arlie Aiden?
I seek an audience with His Majesty. It doesn't have to be today. It can be in the nearest available opportunity.
I've tried to schedule an appointment with the king in a couple of days for all of you.
Oh, delightful. In which case, I have no need. Tell me, Edwin, is it possible that I could find, now that grandfather seems to have vacated the castle, is it possible that there could be a merchant of some kind of magical wares in the city? I'm sort of out of touch.
Yes, there is, of course. And may I say that you're acting normal?
You see, grief does strange things to us all.
Okay.
I feel normal.
Fine. You should probably visit the Half Market or the Ansif Boulevard. You're looking for that.
Edwin touches little boys!
Oh. Oh. I see. Do you run off, or is he just standing there?
Yeah, I'll run off. And I'll drag the Eldritch Knights with me, laughing the whole time. Like, it was hilarious, wasn't it?
Okay, so Adowin sees you run off and points towards his own guard and goes, "Follow him." And then you've got 3 Eldritch Knights running after you. And it looks like they can use Misty Step on command, so they catch up to you pretty sharpish.
Oh, we've got quite a little entourage going, haven't we? Well, very well, gents. Lead the way. I need to find myself a purveyor of magical items. I am quite excited to spend some of this gold I've been accumulating.
Okay, so as you run through the half market, you notice there is a massive party going on here. And there's a half orc outside with a warhammer. He's laying vases up, he's like smashing them. And there's some guards looking on going, we can't take them on, that's too many. And as you rush past, the Eldritch Knights are like, what the hell is going on here? And they're all going, Boulder! 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 As you just run past over the bridge. After
I wonder if they have cock rings as well.
I really hope there's a couple of them just lying in a corner going, whoa.
Yeah, some of them do look rather spaced. And as you reach him, the Eldritch Knight goes, Ollie Aiden, stop running! Follow me, I can direct you.
Oh, sorry. Yes, lead the way, of course.
Okay.
I was just wondering if those fine gentlemen had cock rings.
What? And that's when one of the Eldritch Knights grabs hold of you. You all miss the step further away into a garden, and you see that the door's open to this rather squat lodge. And the Eldritch Knight goes, this is where people tend to go to look for magical items. He doesn't get much business because not many people have much gold. And then the door opens and this old gentleman with greying sides, kind of jowls, goes, yeah? What do you want?
As soon as he says that, Arlene looks really green and just throws up over his shoes.
God damn it.
Oh. Why do people insist on transporting me through magical means? It makes me vilely sick.
Okay, what do you want? And then as he goes, turns around, he goes, Jess! And this halfling appears and begins cleaning his shoes.
Sorry. My friends here, they can't restrain themselves in their use of magical transportation. I am Arlene's son. I'm here to purchase and look through some of your wares.
Well, what?
What down, my friend?
I can't hear you. Speak louder.
He seems to be a bit addled, doesn't he?
The halfling interjects and goes, he's hard of hearing.
I'll instantly, as I'm talking, do really over-dramatic gestures and do a full pantomime as I'm like, as I'm talking, like,
okay,
I'm looking, and I kind of like, mime binoculars, yeah, for some magical, I wave my hands around, items, and I'll show him an item from my pouch, a bag of useless ropes, like this, but better.
Why didn't you say so? The name's Flint. Come on in.
He's nuts, isn't he?
The Eldritch Knights are like, those who walk in, the place is a mess, and magical items here, there, everywhere. Some hanging on the hooks, some in drawers, some just, yeah, just everywhere. And he goes, "What are you looking for then, eh?"
I'm looking for. In fact, I'm just looking. May I peruse?
You may peruse. And because you're doing the overly dramatic pantomime, he actually understands you, compared to when Tumble spoke to him.
Okay, well, I guess... I'm looking for anything that may catch his eye. Anything, if I'm out of character here for a moment, batshit crazy that he can use, just for hilarity.
Just for hilarity, eh? Alright,
Indeed.
I know what to click. It's those weird magical items. Okay, so as he goes, weird, I got some of them, and he picks up a potion. He goes, this thing's great if you're looking for weird.
What is it?
Makes you howl like a wolf for 1 minute straight.
I could do that anyway.
Yeah, but you replicate a wolf's howl.
I am quite good, but I'm not that good. Yeah, okay, I'll take that. How much is it?
25 gold pieces.
Done, my good friend. What a bargain.
You now have a potion that makes you howl like a wolf for 1 minute straight.
Okay, I'm gonna keep looking. What else have you got?
This one, and he brings another potion up, and he goes, it's funny because I sold your friend, I think. I've seen you with him, the small gnome. I sold him a bag of weird potions. Has he used any yet?
I don't have a gnome friend, I'm sorry.
Oh, fair enough.
I used it on you in the holder fight to save your life.
Okay, so he goes, this one's a potion of immovability.
I don't want any potions, you're boring me. Give me some bags or rings or wands or something.
One moment. What about this one? And he brings a scroll out.
Yawn.
Okay. What about this? And he brings out a miner's pick.
Now we're talking. I'll have a quick look at it.
Okay, so I'm going to copy paste what it does. Because fuck, am I reading that out loud?
I'm just glad our Jaden
Yes.
never got a hold of the wands in World Starter's dungeon.
Yeah.
Imagine
Oh
that.
my gosh. Oh, that is absolutely wonderful. Fantastic. How much?
100 gold.
Done. And
Alright.
you are. Anything else, sir? I'll take good things coming through.
Okay, do you want to copy and paste this into your character sheet, or do you want me to do it for you?
It's all right. I'll do it as I go. I'm just gonna.
Okay,
I'm just taking notes at the moment. He was planning on buying 3 random items. That's the next on his list of things to do.
What about these braces?
What do they do?
Well, while you're wearing them, your hand transforms into a badger claw.
Oh, wow. Anything that, you know... don't know, that is tempting. I do like badger claws. Oh. No, I can't attune for anything else. I'm sorry. I'm kind of full on those department. I'm sorry.
What
Perhaps
about this?
maybe-
This is the wand of curing.
And does it cure meats?
That is exactly what it is. Now you're getting the idea. It literally just cures meats.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That is delicious. Now, I tell you what, and I'll whisper him a bit closer. He's like, I'll pull him in.
Yeah.
I saw a man once. And he had a bag on him, and he could throw animals out of that bag. You got anything like that?
No. I'm not. I don't have that. No.
Okay. All right, no worries. I'll just take these 2 and be off.
But what about this one? And he picks up some sort of cup.
He picks up a what? Sorry.
A cup.
Oh, that's curvaceous.
He
What
says,
does that do?
Well, you say the command word, it turns into a pet rat.
Oh yes. How much?
50 gold pieces, and it's yours.
I am loving you. How fabulous.
I am loving you, as you just keep putting coins in his hand. He's getting rid of all of his
I'll
old
give it.
items. He's like, hell yeah.
I'll give him all of the money that he asked for. I don't even haggle.
Okay, yeah, so you take the rat goblet.
Right now, I must adieu, but thank you. You've been most prevailable.
No problem. Come back anytime.
Yes, I will. And while I'm gone, try and find me one of those bags. I like those.
Okay, well, I'll look around. Not.
Sorry, I can't hear you. My hearing used to be.
Ha.
And I'll click to the Eldritch Knights. We're going to walk back, gentlemen. I'm afraid I can't quite keep up with your misty step. It doesn't agree with me.
Okay, they all nod. At least you're behaving.
I wonder what Vagor's up to. Let's go and bug him.
Okay, so
Actually, no, much better. Take me to Dolathram.
they look at you and they go, no. No.
I just want to see how my dear cousin is doing.
Fine, we'll take you back to the tower, but we can't promise you anything.
Good. This is the last thing on his list of things to do. Sorry, sir.
That's alright.
Okay. Now, gently. He's a little upset at the moment.
Uh,
But when you get there, just say I'd like to give my condolences and my apologies.
okay, so Dolaf. This is the 3rd day. You say you want to emerge from the room on the 3rd day.
I have specific intentions for the 3rd day, but
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll start with the 1st day. Spending it just in your room.
you can start with the first 2 days of self-moping and
Okay, yeah.
reflection.
And Minth is there at every need, for your every need. All you have to do is ask, and he just brings it to you.
Minth is banished onto the fucking cupboard.
Okay,
Get
Minth.
fucked.
Yeah, fair enough. You turn him off, he's got an off switch.
And on the 3rd day, I would like to go and see my father.
So Dolaf, as you exit the room and you're heading towards Adowin's tower, Arlie Aiden with 3 Eldritch Knights is heading towards you from the other side of the hall. And they all kind of bow low and sorry, my lord. Arlie Aiden insists on being in your presence.
I came to give my sincerest condolences and apologies.
Go on.
It appears my alter ego occasionally gets a little out of hand. It's hard to rein in moments of emotional turmoil.
That does appear to be the case. But you've at least
Yes.
proven yourself on a few occasions. Father was right.
Well, I'm glad I was there to assist in times of need and desist in others. So, we agreed I would clean your room as a reward, or more, service.
Whatever.
Fantastic. I'll get to it right away.
Yeah, you want us on.
Yeah, okay, so the moment you're thinking about
It's gonna be ridiculous.
finding your father, he does appear kind of, you can feel it though. If he's been kind of keeping an eye on you, getting people to tell him if you leave.
Yeah.
And the moment you leave the room, you only left your room 5 minutes, you hear the sound of teleportations magic about 2 or 3 corridors away, and he goes, as he appears, Dolaf, I see that you've finally exited your room, and he kind of approaches you.
Yes, and I'm sure you already noted I was on my way to your tower. Shall we
of
resume
course.
there?
Oh, okay then. Of course. Then you head across to his tower, and in his antechamber, he sits down on one of the chairs.
I'll sit with him.
Okay.
I need to ask you a question, Father.
Don't forget, I would also be seeing his father on that day as well.
Okay, so we'll start with Dolaf's talk with him first, and then you guys can all approach. Okay, so Dolaf, what are you saying? Sorry.
I want to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
How would you kill me and Tholadar?
What? Why would you ask that question? I would never think about harming my sons.
I thought so. You wouldn't do it.
No, never. Why? Oh, he's not that unintelligent. He figures suddenly out what you're trying to say.
Oddcatler. She apparently chose this of her own volition. And I understand she must be stopped. And I would do it. If necessary, I would do it. But my children. My children.
Dolaf, listen to me. So far, the only thing that your wife has done is stolen from us. She hasn't killed any.
She planned something.
Yes. I know this. I mean, don't think we haven't already tried to send out spies. We already have.
The scrying proved fruitless.
Yes, I already tried. Sorry.
What do I do?
You wait. You be patient. I brought you up to be a warrior. A politician. And I brought you up to be intelligent. You need to get past the grief and
Like
plan.
yourself. And you told me you cannot do it. How would I do it? You are a greater man than I, Father.
You do not do it.
I cannot.
I mean, come on. And then he activates the void around him and then deactivates it within about 5 seconds. I took this curse on because there was a small chance that if we failed, I still had a bargain to save our family.
As I said, you have always been a wiser and better man.
No. I made a bargain with the enemy.
One that made sense. It was logical.
I'm getting loads of Discord messages from people that I haven't seen yet. So, like, when you send me a private message on Discord, I cannot see it until the end. So, best not to send it to me on Discord.
Oh, you can't copy paste whispers into Roll20.
I know. Okay, so after you finish talking, two guards lead Tumble, Vagor.
Just beforehand, I'll ask him when this council meeting is to be held.
Oh, you knew about that? Oh, I managed to get a meeting
He
with
did
his...
tell me at the start.
Yeah, with His Majesty for 2 days hence.
I will be there.
Okay, good. And Tumble. Vagor, were you with Tumble on this day? The fourth day? The third day at the end?
Yeah.
Okay, sister? No, sister would...
Well,
just pump
I'm
for
with
the party.
sister. I'm with sister. It depends if Tumble has come to party as well.
I've got things I need to do.
Okay.
Yeah, probably I'm with sister then at some point. Maybe not. I probably don't end up in the same place. Maybe take a few of the people who are interested in a spirit party to somewhere a bit more quiet.
Okay, yeah. Fair enough. Okay, so Tumble appears, though, flanked by two guards.
Oh, didn't realize you'd be here, Dolph.
I had important questions.
How is everything? You can only imagine what you're going through.
Well, you're probably one of the few that does understand, at least. You've had much turmoil yourself.
Well, just about to go back, and I didn't get much of a chance to see my city before we had to go again, so gonna take a little walk. You can join me if you want.
Maybe. Might be cathartic to remove myself from this place.
Can't say it'll be the most uplifting thing, but maybe I'll show you around or something.
Okay. But we must return in 2 days. Or I must at the very least.
Sure. Yeah, in fact, if you wanted to go back to Fort Aaronspire first, I have something to collect from your room, with your permission. Binkowin's antics. He's placed something in your mattress for me? Don't ask why.
You're right, I won't ask why.
Yeah.
Come and see me in the morning then. I'll hopefully be ready.
That sounds fair enough. Okay.
And I'll wander off at that point.
Okay. Nice.
Can we have a
Okay.
beer break? Because I'm bossing for the toilet.
Yes, we'll quickly take a 5-minute break.
Sweet.
Sure. That sounds good.
Alright, welcome back. Break over. So this is the end. We're beginning the 4th day of downtime. You've got one more day till the meeting with the king. You are now all aware that their meeting has been made for you, that you are to attend it. So one more day of downtime for everyone, and then we are going to head straight in. So we'll start with Dolaf. What are you doing?
I was going with
Tumble for the walk.
Major Timbers, yeah.
That was on the 3rd day.
We
we're gonna
met on the
teleport
3rd day, and we was going on the 4th day.
Ah, okay, so you both go on a walk. Where are you going? What are you doing?
So we're going to ask Dolaf's father to teleport us to, first of all, Lord Erenspire, Fort Erenspire.
He goes, yes. I mean, that won't be difficult. I've been there before, but I don't know what we're going to encounter there in Bindland.
It'll be in and out. Just
In
need to
either
collect some
case,
things.
we should make sure it has not fallen. We need to reclaim these lands at some point.
Okay, well, one moment, and he heads to your room. Dolaf picks up his scrying sphere, and within a few hours, he's scryed the area, knows that the army has moved on, and he says that it's quite empty.
Let's proceed.
And you guys woof, and then reappear slightly outside the castle on the southern walls where the Duargo camp used to be.
Yep, I remember.
Yeah, and you head up through the main gate. It looks like Eric was kind enough to close the gates as he left.
Wow.
And as you push the door open, you see that also when the army left, they thoroughly used the area like as a fortification. They must have stayed here for a day. You see that bodies have been buried outside. There are small graves, and the place looks a little bit cleaner than when you were last here. And as you walk in, your father immediately sets up in the main area where the table's been broken through and everything's been looted. He just kind of sits down. He pulls one of the seats away that's amazingly intact, hikes up his robe and just kind of sits on it. Waits for Tumble to get his business
Alright.
done.
As we're kind of like walking through the gates, I'm just like, yeah, this is well, where I first met you guys, and well, Erky told me all about you. You saved his life in a horrible dungeon, and you took me in and you gave me a place. I was pretty much a refugee at that point. I was on the run from everything I feared, everything I didn't have the strength to deal with, and
He was a good man, and his word was good enough for me. And you've proven yourself many times. You're a worthy ally and a friend.
yeah, I'll find a way to make it up to you, because you helped me, and at a dark time. It was my pleasure to be of assistance to you. And, well, you've held your promise. You helped me get back. Well, revenge was the first thing I was after. But now, kind of just feel a little bit empty. There's nothing left for me back there. I'm going to have one little walk and then see how I feel. But while you're here, you might as well kind of go over the same thing I'm going to be doing. Going to be trying to let go of this. I'm going to walk around and just take in the kind of place one more time. Go out to my little room and collect any little belongings I have. Any other kind of traps I had ready I didn't get to use.
Make an investigation check. Major Tumble.
Okay. I know it got like ransacked last time, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure it did.
I'm gonna go and lament again in my room.
Yeah, okay, so as you walk in, as you walk into the lament, Tumble is currently underneath your bed. He's kind of like slid under, you hear it, sk, and you go, and Tumble, you go, holy shit, there is a lot of stuff in here. And he's patched it up with a mending spell so much that no one would have even seen it.
Oh my god. Hey, give us a hand here. Start pulling the mattress open. And yeah, I'll take out bits one by one, and kind of like line them out on the floor
Mm-hmm.
for Dolaf to see as well.
Just
Okay.
take your time. I'll be in the Arcaneum,
Okay, no problem.
and I'll move through into the little back room.
Okay.
All right. So what did I find on this
Okay, I'm
investigation?
about to write it down. Okay, so
After I kind of gather them all, I'll probably bring them into the Arcanum where I can, if I'll ask for assistance, basically identifying them.
Mhm.
We both have good Arcana.
Okay, so first of all, you find a ton of coins just rain down around you, all printed with on Bottle Ben's symbol, the two towers, and you find 2 precious gems that have been rubbed quite a lot. You see how smooth they are. He's obviously used them for his arcade practices over the years. You find 2 tourmalines, which look like they're fresh. You find a mantle that you remember he used to wear during his duties, and a robe that used to glow like starlight when he used to wear it. He stashed that. Also, you find something very rare in there that means something personal to you. This used to be worn around the neck of all 5 magus that once attended to the Well of Many Worlds. The 5 religious leaders of Buddhaben all had a key each. His one is there. The key to Buddhaben. You know that the other 4 were lost.
Yeah.
When the beholders attacked.
I'm gonna close my eyes and grip it really tightly, and like bite my bottom lip and nod like, "Thank God, at least we got something."
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a like sigh of relief. This is what Tumble was looking for. This is what he was trying to.
Yeah,
hoping.
It's a platinum key with a kind of golden inlay, and as you hold it out, it brings back memories of seeing Binkelwin do his duties around the market area, and everyone kind of coming up to him for assistance, advice, even you, and him visiting your shop to buy those 2 tourmalines that you actually see currently in the
That I sold him. They're the ones I cut. Yeah. Amazing, awesome. All right, little smile spreads across my face as I kind of like look over my own marksmanship, my own smithing, my own master craftsmanship. That's the one. And I'll bring the items like this robe and this mantle into the Arcanum where we can try to identify them together. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, Binkelwind definitely had the stash of magical items, and
Adowin stands and he recognises both of them. He goes, "Wait a minute, that crafty devil!" And Adowin lifts up the robe and he goes, "This was mine once upon a time," and he laughs. The cheeky devil puts it back down. He goes,
"How did he get a hold of this?"
Well, obviously he pilfered from me during our training days. Look at that.
Oh.
I haven't seen that robe in a long time. Not that I missed it.
What does it do?
Well, it's the robe of stars, Tumble. So, while wearing it, you can cast magic missile spells.
Cool.
Well, quite high-level magic missile spells.
It's an achievement, I'm guessing, as well, isn't it?
It does require you to be attuned to the robe, but while wearing this robe, you can use an action to pull off one of the stars and hurl them, casting a 5th-level magic missile spell.
That's pretty damn impressive. I'm glad he...
1d6 stars recover every day. And also, you can enter the astral plane wearing it.
Wow. Alright, I guess we'll figure out who that's best on, but
Holy Aiden, do it.
Oh my god.
Don't forget, I think it also gives +1 to saving throws as well.
It does also give +1 to saving throws.
Jeez, that's ridiculous. And what about this mantle?
That's obvious. He casts Identify just to make sure, and he goes, "That's a mantle of spell resistance."
And that gives advantage on all spell saving throws?
Yes, it does.
That's fucking good as well. And they're both attunement?
Both attunement.
Shit, alright, awesome. Alright, these could definitely help our cause. And don't worry about this one. I held out the key. I think I already know what this does.
I've never seen it before.
It's one of the Snufneflim's greatest secrets. We have a lot of crazy magic down in our little humble home. We try to keep it under lock and key, quite literally, because we know that other powers seek to use it for their own gains.
Yes.
The Well of Eternities isn't the only thing we have stored down there. Could you take me to the Underdark again with your teleport?
Remember what happened last time Binkerwin tried to teleport there?
Yeah, wasn't that using the well though?
No,
Or...
he used the teleportation spell. Anyone who has attunement to the well should be able to return to it.
Are you attuned to the well?
I am not.
That means you.
I am.
That's
I think we all are.
I suddenly
No,
turn around.
I do believe it was just Dolaf and Vagor because Arlie Aiden didn't have enough spell attunement slots.
Oh,
Did you attune to it, sister?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did.
Remember, it takes up an attunement slot, so
Yeah,
that's it.
that's fine.
That's
I've
it for you now.
got
You don't have anything else.
No.
well. When you're ready, I'd like to go back and one last visit.
Do I know if I can take other people?
You can teleport up to 8 people.
Very well.
It is literally the teleport spell, but can work. Just
Yeah.
return
Yeah.
straight to. You can use it to go anywhere, or you can use it to return to the well.
I would like a bit more time here.
That's fine. I understand. And yeah, I'll take the items and go back to my room and my chamber
Mm-hmm.
and just give a look over and keep myself busy whilst Dolaf does what he needs to do here.
Okay, so Dolaf, what are you doing?
Very little. Just wandering the castle and just doing his own thing. Yeah.
Okay, so as you wander the castle and you actually get to the battlements, all in your lonesome, looking over the lonely countryside, emptied of its citizens by one truly. Can you make a perception check?
Ooh, here goes. Knew it.
You hear something on the wind, and then you hear a familiar voice. She leans against the battlements, but 10 foot down from below you. Hello, husband.
You are not here.
I am. And as you... Do you look?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, different to the way you remember on the rooftop a few days ago. She has her black and white hair in a really thick plait. She wears an obsidian circlet with a small black bead floating not 3 or 4 foot above her head. It rotates around her head ever so slightly. She wears black leather with a lute in like a strap on her back, a rapier at her side. And further down from the wall, you see Pete hovering in the shadow, halberd at the ready.
Just tell me why.
I have been there for too long. I had changed, Olaf. We had changed. I'm not your enemy. I just needed to resurrect my people.
They are not your people.
They
You
are.
lived a false life.
It seemed real to all of us.
Seemed, but it was not. It was Mojo, Tang, everything we fought against. It was all their concoction.
She looks out across the land around her. The wind rushes through her hair, blows it around slightly. Yes. It was all Mojo's doing, yes. But not only his. I saw the truth while I was in that realm. That I was weak and disgusting. But we have the power now. The World Shadow will be finished. And Eris and Discordia will die. And he brings her hand out like this. I have an army. You should be tending to yours.
You are but corrupt.
And that's the
You
way you
think
see
you're
me now.
strong. You think you're strong. You thought you were weak. Maybe you were. You seem weak. Fallen to such petty tricks.
I thought you'd understand.
Disappointed.
Her face betrays no emotion. I'm taking what's my right by birth.
You think so. But you won't.
He snarls slightly. But enough of my mother's trickery, but enough of my father's lying. Everyone just delays. Lets Eris, Discordia, consume this planet, while the World Shadow floats around destroying and killing. You're gonna do something about that. If you want to do something about that, you'll meet me at Morish Bane. My army attacks within the week. We will drive Angai out. I'll have his head. I'll have his head for what he did to Urki. I'll have his head for what he did to Urki's wife. Now that's action, Dolaf. I'm taking it. Begins to walk back, turning her back on you to walk towards Pete, who steps out of the shadows.
Yeah, that's fine. Dolath has resumed cock-turning and mindless thought again.
Okay, and when she reaches the shadow, they both kind of disappear.
Did I see any of this happen as
No,
well?
because he'd gone up to the battlements with a strong wind and everything. It
Mm.
didn't really quite hear. You were too busy. But you might have stopped one moment and go, huh? And then just carried on, messing about in your room.
Sure.
I'll come back down to Tumble and Edwin.
Okay.
Does remind me though what I need to say.
Returning.
As your major, I should also report in. Got some information from Binkelwind before he get taken away. Yeah, him too.
He was taken as well, was he?
He's yeah, that everyone that died at these void hands have been risen and now work under them. I couldn't tell if he was going willingly or not. It's like he was being called, but I don't
By
know.
whom?
By her. By Adi.
That is
And I know where
unfortunate.
she is.
You do.
Bradford Castle.
Returning home.
I don't know what it's your choice. It's your call, and I'll follow wherever you go, man. But we do need to make a decision. What are we gonna do? If
Well-
she's an ally, then we need to be careful.
Let us take you back to your home. Then we'll return to mine, where we have the council meeting, and we can discuss all.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so as you guys huddle together for Dolaf to teleport you back, we go to Vagor. 4th day. You wake up with a little bit of an adult hangover from the shrooms the night before. You're muted. The only thing I understood there was,
Yes,
oh.
well.
Yeah.
That is pretty much what I said. I said, yes, well. And then you were like, oh. Very well. Just slowly get up. There's no rush after
Yeah.
all.
Do you stay with Sister Bernadine in her Temple of Gloriousness?
I don't think I would have woken up there, to be fair. And I think probably in the end of the night I would have ended up somewhere else.
Fair play.
I think at this point I will try and see. Like I did some investigation before with what was his name? Sorry, the half orc has lost some of his teeth.
Ivar Longwar.
Iva, yes, with Iva. See if there's anything more to the city where perhaps we can arouse some people who would not be interested in drinking but would be interested in a hard day's work, and perhaps in some fighting.
Well, he does tell you that, I know a lot of people that are interested in a lot of hard days' work. Especially now that what's happened with the World Shadow and all that, killing nearly a quarter of this city. Well, a lot of people are interested in revenge. I know a lot of people have lost a lot of loved ones. Finally, people are seeing what I saw at Camp Shatter.
Yes, it is unfortunate in a way, but perhaps it feels as, well, a bonding experience for you and these fellow people. You seem to have had your share of battles, and, well, you are well known in this community, I take it. Yes, you've been around here for some time.
16 years nearly.
Yes, and I take it you have a bit more fight in you, no?
I've always got fight in me. I'm nearly 50 years of age, but I still got fight in me when it comes to those Nordlings. They may share a culture with my people, but they are not my people.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing for you. Alright, so we've got this nice setup. We've got someone who will take people down when they need it. We've got the sister here when the hard day is done. She can take care of you. But on the field of battle, well, she can hold her own, but she is no commander. We perhaps need a lieutenant in the upcoming battles. Would you be interested?
Well, I ain't been officiated by no fancy elven council, that's for sure. I hear they're building an army of their own folk.
Yes, sure, but in war, well, you know this, numbers are always welcome.
Well, yeah, me and the
Tell
other...
you what, if you manage to round up 50 willing, able-bodied men or women, then I'll make sure that you are officiated somehow.
50, you say?
50, I say.
Okay. Got it.
And I'll shake on it with him.
Okay, he shakes your hand. And he turns around, begins screaming to a bunch of men around him. And they all kind of like mixture of races, all different types. And they all begin to like flock to him. He goes, "Come on, lads, we're going Greytown." And they just head off towards the east.
Alright, very good. And then I'll expect him to have done some work by the next day, so on the 5th day.
Okay, so on the 5th day, when you wake up, he outside the temple, as you approach to meet him, you stop. You kind of eyes go wide. He goes, 50? How about 1,500? And there is a crowd of refugees and people already crowding the half market near the temple, and some guards.
Dolaf stealing my fucking Vago, stealing my bastard
well, that's
army.
the thing. But you do notice half of them, more than half of them, have arrived for the church, for the temple, and they look more to be what Sister Bernadine has kind of roped up over the week by partying and drinking and kind of subtly charming most of them with her ambrosia.
Well, day 4, I guess, as he's rounding up this army, day 4's fundraising day, and fundraising day at the church, and fundraising days at the church is just basically a sort of plan to get all these fuckers trained up for war. So we're starting off with boxing competitions with the aunties on that. And it's kind of like we don't want to be rinsing the refugees if they've already got fuck all. So it's kind of like donate wherever you have to participate, but like the better the donations, the less fights you need to win before you win in before you're getting returns back on your prizes. So if you're coming in and fucking splashing the data cash and stuff, I might only win 2 fights or something before you're getting returns on it. Church is obviously capping off 20% of all these winnings. There's also darts throwing competitions going on this as well, so that's going to be on from there. Archery competitions, that kind of thing, and then as the day starts rounding down, a bit more in terms of performances and stuff like that. So people are chipping in like that. There's donations going around, giving in that as different performances going on with different bards. And then towards the end of the night, that's when we start finishing off like drinking competitions. Same again, plenty of money involved in this. Get your money in, more money you get into it, the more chances you are returns. But the church is always going to be skimming 20% off that, and that's going to be going into the war chest.
Okay, there's your totals. You got 114 copper, 80 silver, 17 gold pieces, 3 platinum.
That'll fucking do. And all of that the next day is then going towards fucking raising a small army. And you can quite cheaply fund a peasant army, especially with 5e rules. It's pretty much fucking all you're going for is darts and spears. That's pretty much all they need. You have the odd really specially trained person in armor, but mostly it's
Sister
just fucking
Paladin, you and Vega have attracted the attention of Harriet, who seems to be a member of the people in the crowd, and everyone knows that she's very well off. Not to mention, most of them bring their own weapons, and there are at least a few dozen blacksmiths, weaponsmiths, armorers, and shit all there.
There we are.
Right. So as this crowd of 1,500 is there with Ivor, I walk like past him into this crowd and I shout at them. So you think you have what it takes to fight?
There's some murders.
I'll like sweep someone's leg with a spear and drop them to the floor.
Okay, yeah, he does kind of like he fails completely. He's about 15 years old, and you just sweep him clean off his feet.
He's just picking on a kid.
You
Stands up.
go to your mother.
No, I don't have one.
Well, then go to your friends. Go to wherever you take your refuge normally. This is no place for you.
He just blinks at you, refuses to move.
And I'll walk back over. And what's the reaction to the crowd to this?
Just watching.
I'll slowly walk back over to Ivor and said, bring me men who are able and willing to fight, and you bring me this rabble.
He leans around and goes, I don't recognise the kid, but they've all got tragedy behind their eyes. Why can't he fight?
Show me your best. Or show me him, your choice.
My best. He clicks his fingers, alright lads. And you see some brutish mixture of humans and half-orcs appear, and they're all got big round shields that are all kind of like broken and shattered and placed together with old nails on their back, and they all have battle axes and crude clubs. These are my men.
And these are your best men, yes?
Yeah, you see there's about 7 or 8.
You, fight me.
He steps forward, draws his battle axe.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright, roll initiative.
I like the bad cop, good cop, bad cop routine that's going on here.
Just too bloodied.
I can't, I actually have it open, sorry, but 13.
13? Oh god, wait a minute. Oh, he's there.
It's some good shit, boys. Good shit. I love it.
Right, have you rolled initiative?
I did, I got a 13.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on the world map, so I didn't even look for a token.
Oh, that's fair enough. Okay, so the guy goes, right then, draws his great axe, charges, screams to the top of his lungs as the crowd parts, makes a reckless attack at you.
And
Gets a 21.
Yeah, hits.
Yeah, and he just crashes against your armor and shield, and deals 13 slashing damage to you as he does.
Alright.
Sends you kind of reeling sideways, and all the crowd part.
And I'll just stagger back a little bit and say, just you have some fighting, and let's see what you've really got.
Okay.
And, hold on, let me check what this... yeah, okay. Yep, I'll go and hex, and then I'll go to stab.
Ah, Trixie! Okay, maybe you get advantage.
Wow. Yeah, so that's 24 damage.
Yeah, okay, so it goes...
Sorry, and the hex again. So 24 plus 11. So, yeah, 35 damage.
Yeah, you smash straight through his defense, collide with his person. He's knocked back, rolls, stands up, brings the axe up, charges back towards you, this time angry. 19?
Does hit.
He does reckless attack, by the way. I should have mentioned that.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know why I clicked that again, sorry. Should have just been damage. Deals 11 slashing.
Alright. How's he looking?
Hurt. bloody.
Alright.
The Gungnir rips straight through his chest.
Oh, at least he's still going. That's something.
Mhm.
All right. Well, we'll just continue fighting for a bit more. 16.
16 hits.
20 damage.
Okay, he's fallen to the ground, blood pouring from the wound, breathing deep and heavy.
Okay. Well, sorry for him, but 24 for another 18, 19 damage.
Why
Yep.
he's going straight for the murder?
Yeah, and then you just straight through his side, rip it out, and he falls to the ground, falls to his knees, and then slumps to the side, drops his hand out. And that's when one of the members of the crowd bursts, and then you notice it's a small...
Oh, fuck, wrong one.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I was going to fix it myself, don't worry.
Yeah, but you see Harriet running towards him.
Yeah, and I'll, at this point, draw up on the power.
Yeah, your eyes turn black, wisps of shadow begin emanating from you.
And then
Here comes Liam Neeson.
for dramatic effect, I'll wait for, like, let's say 5 seconds and speak and say,
Yeah, she rushes down to the
This
side.
is what you face if you are not ready. Leave now.
Okay, can you make an intimidation check?
yeah, but I'm really bad at that.
12. That's fine. Okay, so for me, as you were doing this as an action, you notice that Harriet's cast Cure Wounds on this guy on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, I was leaning over him and I was going to
Yeah.
fix him afterwards.
Yeah, but she goes, "Get your hands off of him." Slaps your hand away. And you notice that maybe 300 or 400 have left.
Mm-hmm.
They just
Right.
kind of wander off.
If you're happy to stay and face this, and stay, consider it again.
And you see the boy to your right, standing there still.
Oh, cool.
It sounds like really
If you wish to
angry Yoda.
Leave. For many of you will die in what's coming up. If you cannot handle this, if you cannot witness this, then leave. Live out your lives until you are crushed underfoot.
And that's it.
Yeah. Thousands of them are still there.
So as soon as he's finished his bad cop routine, then the building's going to chime in. Full on booming voice, bit of a rumble on the floor as well. She's doing it. The rest of you that have stayed, you deserve much better than this. But this is what we are going to be facing from now on, moving forward with this. So be ready. We will provide arms to those who don't possess them yet. We will train you the best we can in the short times that we have. But know this, we will be victorious. And we will be have a cause worthy of celebration at the end.
Yeah, some nods, some murmuring. Then Ivar leans into you, Vega, and he goes, "Yeah, you pretty much fucked him up. Could have gone a little bit easy on him."
No, that would defeat the point. People need to see that war is not easy.
Alright, yeah, you bruised his balls, we get it.
This was not to defeat his ego, he should know it as well. And you. If you are to lead your men, you must be able to stand watching a few of them go.
Oh, of course. I saw hundreds of my friends die. Camp Shatter!
Yes, we get it.
You went there, man.
It was his well-defining event. Come on, you wouldn't... Okay, so after that, we're going to go to Arlie Aiden. Arlie Aiden, you doing what you whispered me?
Yes, I presume it's my 4th day, yeah?
Yeah, you heading towards your lovely elder brain, in your toy elder brain.
No, I'm going to find the nearest guard, Eldritch Knight, that was with me or is following me around.
Okay.
Hello? Clap,
Yeah?
clap.
What's up?
I'm in need of some assistance. Tell me, where's the nearest pond?
On the roof.
Ah, good. Take me there, please. Not Misty Step, though. I've just had breakfast.
Okay, so he's like in his breastplate and his armor. He's like, oh, all the way up the stairs, like one step at a time. And you rush up ahead, and he follows you. And this guy seems a little bit more relaxed around you compared to the rest of the guards. He opens the door for you and goes, "There you go, my lord." And you see at the top of your tower, Arlie Aiden, that you have basically a swampy-like garden with a mangrove tree and and a pond.
How did I not know this was here? You wonderful man!
He goes, didn't you commissioned that before you went off with your cousin some months ago?
Did I? Oh, I seem to have whims. Anyway, could you do me a favour? Could you stand in the pond for me, turn around 3 times and croak thrice?
Roll persuasion.
Give me a moment.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's such a strange request.
Do you not remember the first ever episode?
Yeah, of course, I remember. And he goes, well, if you say so, my lord.
Twice, but thrice.
He steps inside, and it wades up to kind of his knees, and he goes, spins, and then croaks 3 times.
Wonderful!
He's going to roll performance.
Fantastic.
Okay, he seems to be doing a good job.
Good. I'll start sifting around looking for my entrance.
Okay, so can you make an investigation check?
Yep.
This is what happened last time in the pond!
Oh my god.
This is exactly what happened.
This is Arden's wild magic at work.
Yep. Okay, so, Arlie Aiden, as you are looking around, the Eldritch Knight's watching you, and you kind of see him just, making sure he doesn't lose sight of you. You step behind one shrubbery. The guard goes, Arlie Aiden. Steps out of the pond. Lily pad, wipes off. Goes, this isn't funny, Arlie Aiden. And as he looks behind the shrub, he goes, what the fuck? Okay, so Arlie Aiden, woo! Sliding through the void, you land, slam! Right in the garden.
Oh, I've told him to put something more comfortable here.
And that's when the doors open and the Drake appears.
Hello?
He goes, you're back. How did you find your way here?
Oh, the usual. Clarence let me in.
Did he?
Anyway, is he home?
Yes, he's in his study.
Good, it's been a while. Could you announce me, please? It's, tedious to do it myself.
Fair enough. It's Lord Joshua Tiggins. Takes you on the tour around the mansion once more. Until you reach the top. As you walk past the main hall, Fido, the animated table, activates, runs up to you for a stroke.
Hello, Fido boy. It's been a while, hasn't it? Did they get rid of that scary mechanical bug in the kitchen? And that drunken wastrel of a dragon, is he gone yet? Got a job, perhaps? Ugh, he'll always be useless.
Yeah, you remember Mr. Glutton.
Do you know that mead we took off the table? Guess what happened to it?
Lord Joshua goes, yes, Master was pretty angry about that one.
You and me both. And him, I suppose. I'll pass on my sentiments, but he's a little touchy at the moment, Dolaf. He seems to cry at everything I say.
Yes.
Anyway, to the study, I presume?
Yes,
I
and
haven't got
Lord
much time.
Joshua Tiggin, the Lantern Drake, flies lighting up the mansion as you walk up to the study. He's sat asleep behind a desk, and his eyes one eye opens, and he stands. Dressed in his usual finery, he stands. Wait a minute, Arlie Aiden. And he rushes over to you and gives you a hug.
Hello, Master. I'm afraid I must impose. Any chance you could bring me out for 3 minutes or so? I need a quick chat.
It's going to be difficult. One moment. Yep, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. He puts one hand on your shoulder, casts a spell, and he says, you have 1 minute.
Wonderful. It's been a while, thank you.
Kisses you on the forehead. Welcome back, student.
It's good to be back, and good to see you. I'm sorry it's been a while since I visited last.
Since you rescued Ileana.
She's since seemed to have disappeared from sight, which irks me somewhat.
I know where she is.
Good, as long as someone has eyes.
She's in
Anyway,
the Starlight Temple with Scardy.
fantastic. We'll deal with that bridge when we cross it. I'm afraid I need to use my minute wisely, for I'm here for business.
Quickly then.
It seems that the other me has observed my friends putting men to field for an armed action. and I feel remiss if I wasn't in my duty in any way to contribute to their efforts. Is there anything we can do? Any horses we can field, so to speak?
Yes, there is. And he walks over to one of the library, one of the shelves, and goes, that one. Brings out a big book and hands it to you.
Ah, are you sure?
Yes, this one. I'm going to whisper to you what it does. Just don't tell anyone, so it's a surprise when it happens.
Of course not, sir. I know much better. No. Stop it.
Stop it!
Are you such an item would put a strain on this place, surely?
No, it's not one of the items that has yet been corrupted by this place. It can leave. I've only torn 3 pages out of it in the years I've had it. So there should still be at least 3 or 4 dozen.
Fantastic. I knew I could count on you. I will return again much sooner next time. I feel with each passing day, something is... You mean to say that I've come all this way and you've given me a shitty little book?
Yes, student. A shitty book. And I know that you're listening inside. Remember, only use it at the most dire moment.
Yes, of course. Anyway, I'm going to take Fido for a walk. It was good to see you.
It was good to see you too, Arlian. Wait, what day is it? Remember, he can't tell what time it is in the void. He feels like he might have been there for years, or maybe minutes?
Oh, really sorry, I forgot to ask before I came in.
It's okay, Arlian. Take Fido for a walk. Have your fun.
Yes, of course. And I shall end my scene by taking Fido to a walk and return afterwards.
Nice, okay. And we go back to Dolaf and Tumble, who land in on Bodoben. Right near the Well of Eternity. What you do notice is, Tang's remains have been taken by whatever creature inhabits the Underdark over these past few days, and all that's left is a brown, reddish stain where his body was torn in half.
I'm going to give that an investigation check. I need to know what's down here. And taking it. Alright, let's see. 24.
Okay, whatever creature it was minor. It's been taking over many trips by something.
Minor. Is there tracks from it? Like, is it a small creature then?
Yeah, it looks small.
Small creatures. And is there any other sign of what it could be? Like, do the tracks resemble a certain creature?
Yeah, you got quite a high investigation check, didn't you?
Yeah, 24.
Yeah, so probably looks like rats or bats.
Oh, okay. But not the normal kind, the Underdark kind.
Yeah, the hungry rats that'll eat a corpse, which is every rat.
Alright. Well, looks like the vermin got to him before we did. No matter. It's not what I'm here for anyway.
The smell of rot is in the air, by the way. Very strong. Yeah, Adowin says quick about it, Tumble. Wish to leave ASAP.
Sure. Okay, so I cue the Green Day music. So I walk this lonely road because I literally walk through the open square of my town and take in all the sights one last time as Tumble tries to let go of the past, and in his head the echoing words of his friend Binkelwin as he says, like, time to get over it, it's time to move on. And yeah, he's just, as he's walking, holding onto this key in his hand, and he's going to make his way towards the council hall where the actual people would meet. I forget what it's called.
You've got the map.
What's up?
You've got the map, haven't you?
Yeah, okay.
I was gonna say, like, you've got a map. I'm pretty sure I sent it to you.
Yeah, I'll have a look actually. Just I didn't have it on Roll 20, so I wasn't looking at it.
You've got it on Facebook. That's what you got it on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if Dolap is following along, then I'm just gonna kind of be pointing out areas and points of interest and giving a little tour of this ghost town. And it's kind of crazy, isn't it? Both our homes are deserted.
I'm sorry to see it in such a state. It must be hard for you.
Yeah, I guess we share that common emotion. Emptiness, almost.
Exactly that. But hopefully you find a home amongst friends.
I think I have. I just didn't realize it until now. I was hell-bent on getting back here and taking revenge. And well, don't know if even... Yeah. I guess I've still got to owe it to you.
You owe me nothing. You've done your part in all this.
Well, there's still more to be done. I'm going to aid in any way I can. Alright, I'm going to make my way through the Well of Many Worlds to the areas that we didn't get a chance to explore. Sagyolt.
Okay, well, you don't have... Yeah, okay, so Sagyolt is a residential housing area for clerics and temples. And paladins and that sort of thing. As you head along past that, it's the Royal Halls, which is an empty, desolate area where people would have met to decide the matters of, like, council and stuff. Givnok, Zeldagrak are housing areas that were being built. And first time you've seen them, really.
Yeah, I wasn't part of this construction. Stuck mostly to the Cardinal Links. But yeah, I'm going to make my way through there and past the Royal Halls to what I hope to be what this key is leading me to.
Okay, so Dolaf, are you following him?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you both enter this kind of oddly shaped hall, sharp angles to your right and left, only a gnome going to come up with this weird facade. It's like you're inside a diamond. There's an empty pool in the centre, about 5 foot by 5 foot. It's currently dry, and as you look down, Tumble, there's a metal hatch, like made out of big black iron with what looks like adamantine clips and hinges on each side. As you look down, there is 5 keyholes.
Oh man. Okay, I kneel down, inspect the keyholes, and find the one that fits this key.
There is one. The first one, Binkelwind's key fits in, and as you click it in, the key melts in your hand and just deteriorates into the key lock, and then the key actually begins to glow a white glow. Light emanates out. You're missing 4 keys.
I turn to Dolas' father and I'm like, don't suppose you know where any of these are?
Well, I know they were magical and they couldn't have been destroyed by any normal means. Perhaps whoever invaded this place taken them.
With one key in, does it seem to have any other effect?
No.
I'm gonna use the wand to detect magic actually while I'm around here.
Okay, so there's a mixture of abjuration on it.
Abjuration, got it. I'm not detecting the presence of anything similar to this anywhere else. Not around here, like immediate area.
Just the door. Yep, looks like you might need the rest of the keys.
Do I know what's actually down here?
You have no idea. You didn't even know this existed. In fact, it would have been, even if you'd come in here when the city was lively, it would have been submerged and you would have never known it was there. And you notice there are grates in either side of the pool where, of course, Binkelwind and the rest of the council would have like emptied the pool and then climbed down.
I think there's something down here that could help with all our problems. This Nephilim magic is powerful and it could aid us in many ways. I don't know. Is this worth going after?
Well, it all depends on if we can find these keys.
I
Are
mean,
you able to scry on them? I turn to Dolas' father.
you want me to scry for the keys?
Yeah, could you do that? Or is that...
Let me check the player's handbook. I have no idea.
Maybe it's more like locate object, which is probably
Yeah.
not...
No, you can't.
No. Do I know of any notable figures down in the Underdark that might have such keys?
No. You know that the army went through here, though, on its way to Vineland. Some of Ileana's men. Perhaps
True.
they were taken.
Liliana's... Yeah, well, all the Dwarga are dead. So no good with them. And I remember... do you remember I actually checked every single body over?
Yeah.
Spent like a long, short rest. So I'm pretty confident the Dwarga didn't have any. Means the 4 keys must be elsewhere. Well, it's something to come back to at least. For now, I'm just going to see what else there was lying around.
Take your time.
Yeah. So I'm going to look around, see if there's any,
Okay.
I don't know, magical knowledge stowed away down here, or any instructions. Perhaps someone's left
Another
behind.
investigation check, good old Tumble.
Okay. Because I'm pretty confident they must have left maybe even like a mural or something. Who knows? Let's have a look. There's got to be some clues. Yeah.
So as you look around, you even head back to the merchant center, which is scorched clean by the Beholder's explosion.
Yeah, we never went back in after we blew it up.
No, you didn't.
No, we moved on.
Yeah, and it's completely scorched clean, and as you look around, you don't find much. Whatever was here, whatever went through, looted it thoroughly.
Alright then. No luck. It's like everywhere I go, I get one answer and 5 more questions. In this case, I thought I had the key. Turns out I need 5 more.
Well,
I mean 4 more.
Yeah.
Math.
okay.
Yeah.
So are we done in the Underdark?
I believe so.
Okay,
Take
so
us back when you're ready.
shall we all just skip ahead to the council meeting then?
Sure.
Yes.
Is that a good for everyone?
Yeah. What about anything for taking that feat I mentioned?
Oh yeah, no. Doesn't look like you've found anything to help you with that, but yeah, you can take the fee, it'd be fine.
Okay. I was trying to tie it in story-wise. But...
Yeah, well, the fact that you've got Binkelwin's artifacts, you spent so long with Binkelwin is fine enough.
Sure.
Oh no, wait. You do, before leaving, head to Binkelwin's apartment and find a fuck ton of tomes and artifacts. They're not magical, but they are a lot of scrolls and inks and parchment and stuff like that.
Okay.
No one seems to have taken it, because when you approach, there's a magical lock on it, and Adarin goes, "1 moment." And he looks at it, and goes, "Cheeky little shit." And then casts Dispel Magic on it, and it doesn't work. And then he goes, "I can't believe I'm going to have to do this." And he ups his...
I'll do it, Father, don't worry.
Okay, you
I'll
want to make
cast a level 7 Dispel Magic on it.
okay, fail.
Sorry, what?
You can make a spell check.
You do what now?
Really?
Yeah.
Even at that level? Fucking hell. What is it? Intelligence check, is it?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, I'm not actually that great at it. I was hoping level 7 would be enough, but apparently not.
So you,
Yeah.
you pull the power of Barash. You were so
not bad.
close. You were 1 off. And as
Are
you
you
cut...
kidding me?
No, I'm not. That's why Adarin was like the cheeky shit. So that's why no one's managed to take anything from his apartment, because it has a level 9 arcane lock spell on it. And
Wow.
as you go to cast spell magic, it kind of like deteriorates along it, makes it falter slightly, and then Father goes, "Can't believe I'm going to have to waste this." casts level 9 Dispel Magic on it, and it breaks, shatters.
That is the most ridiculous level 9 spell ever.
Jeez.
Does it permanently forever, and he says, you've got about 10 minutes before this spell regenerates.
Okay.
Wow.
Alright then. As I rifle through all the different things that he's got in here, scrolls, tomes.
Just take it all, Tumble. Take it all.
Alright, I'll take it all. Some of it is very like gnomish looking, and some of it doesn't look like it even be understood by most like powerful scholars.
Yeah, at one point, Adawin's going, I'll help you with that, and he picks up this wheel that just looks like a small miniature Ferris wheel. Like, what is this? And Tumble, you realise it literally is just a miniature model thing that Binkwin liked to build.
Sure.
He's just carrying it down anyway.
Cool.
I'll give him a hand when necessary, just to collect things.
Yeah,
So-
okay, so...
Can I just ask when did Dolaf learn to cast level 7 spells as a fighter?
With the Light of Arash, of course.
Wow.
He's not level... Well, he gets Dispel Magic, and he has to spend extra charges to do that. That's all of his charges now for the day.
Yeah.
Okay, so in short of it, I'm taking this feat, and it enables me to inherit the innate spellcasting ability of my ancestors. So, rule that how you like. I wasn't expecting it to be something like I study shit and be like, I read tomes.
get a
I was
feat at
thinking
level
more
10?
of it. Yeah, that's level 10. But yeah, that's what the feat I've taken as level 10, and I was thinking of it something being more innate, rather than like actually reading through these tomes and stuff. But
Okay. Alright,
because it says innate.
shall we skip ahead then? So everyone can be together again?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, so beginning of the 5th day, morning, you all meet up.
Oh, there was something actually. Yeah, there was something. Shit, I remember.
Come on.
So before we leave on Bundaben, kind of staring at the rest of this forgotten lost city now, and before we all leave, I take like one last moment to look over it, and in my head, I'm guessing it is time to move on because there's nothing left to lose, and I'm going to attune to the Dark Dagger.
Okay, and what? And Summer Brandir as well?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Both of them.
You've attuned to them. They accept you. It's more of a they accept you rather than you tuning to them.
And looking at the little wheel of Binkelwind, I say aloud, well, Binkelwind, whatever these great evils are going to be, doesn't really matter at this point. I've got nothing left to lose here.
Okie dokie. Alright, so everyone, you're outside the Audition's Palace on the 5th day, together again, except Sister Berladin has about 5 bodyguards.
All religious armed up. They've all got the. They're all just wearing pretty tatty tabards, like the cheapest that money can buy, with all of the symbols of Balder emblazoned on them. Actually, no, it's not going to be the symbol of Balder. It's going to be my symbol of Balder. So it's going to be my mistletoe warhammer emblazoned upon them.
Okay, so you're all together again. Dolaf is there. Some of you haven't seen him in a while. It's for Sister, actually.
Yes, how are you, Dallas?
As expected, but maybe better. I don't know. Focused. I'm focused.
Aye,
Good.
Things can only get better from here, at least anyway. But
Sister and I, by accident perhaps, or by nature, not quite sure, we have some news to report to you.
Go ahead. I see we have some new people with us. I point to the 5 followers.
The
with
5
Sister.
mixture of half-orcs and vagrants.
Yes, not quite the body of our work. We believe we have something close to 200 times this.
Really? You've gathered 1,000 men?
Yes.
it can be quite the charismatic lead, and Virgo here is quite the quite the yin to my yang, or whichever way around that is. He's quite the antagonist to keep the men in check.
I am impressed. We will need men. It's good. Good initiative. Are they well armed?
As well as can be expected.
What you
Could be
mean?
better, but do we have the time? They know what is coming for them, and, well, what arms they carry is their own choice. To an extent. If you wish to arm them better, that's your choice. But I must say, well, I estimate perhaps 1/3 of them to be good fighting men, another 1/3 to be fighting men, and then, well, 1/3 is men.
Well, they are your men. And you can arm them. But I'll certainly help out. And he hands over to Fagor 200 platinum pieces.
Fuck.
And I'll look at it and I'll just pass it straight along to Sister.
I'll pass it straight along to my assigned accountant there. I've been
Yeah, okay.
deal with the money.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps this amount of money is best kept on your person for a while and hand out as is needed. You never know.
I guess.
Someone
I'll
might
take
get
a lot of the
ideas.
money back and just give him a little bit of the plan.
Yeah, the accountant guy that seems to be helping you provide for everyone and paying everything for you with your money seems to be the guy, the human guy that you first drank with on the first night, the one that puked into the river and then gave you bacon.
He's going, yeah, like I say, if he can just spawn fucking, he can spawn bacon out of thin air. He can do fucking anything. This lad can. I trust it. I trust him full heartedly. At this moment in time, I think it's less important for weapons because if we improve the weapons, it's not really going to matter. Most of my peasants anyway, they're not going to use them. It's more improving armor at this point, so it's just getting more fucking like metal fucking helmets and shit like that. So just try and like minimize casualties.
Well, arm them and arm them well.
Well, I haven't been idle, you know.
Just a moment, Elaine. We're aware you. Well, I'm not sure I want to know exactly what you did, but we'll get to that in a moment.
Yes, I suspect there's a few frogs to add to the militia.
What I was going to say, though, is that we seem to have attracted the attention of, well, two figures that may serve as lieutenants in this little army of yours. I have no desire for them to be my men. I may have helped Sister in gathering them, but that is as far as my leadership is willing to go. I have no patience for people like this.
You do not wish to lead the men.
I do not.
Very well. It's understandable. Those roles require a certain personality. Perhaps not best suited.
Exactly. There is the half-orc, goes by the name of Ivar. He knows most of these people, and I'm pretty sure that they would be happy to follow someone from their own part of town, if that makes sense. And I'm quite sure that he understands the need for authority and leadership, and he would be happy to report to you. I feel this would work better rather than them reporting to you directly.
I concur entirely. I mean, people need symbols and people they respect to lead them. Perhaps with my lack of involvement, it will be best for one of their own to do so.
Yes, and there is a small matter of a promise that I made him that I'm hoping you won't make me back out on. He's a veteran from the war, and he never received much recognition for it. He was at this place. What does he keep talking about, Sister? I don't remember the name.
I'm not going to lie, Vega. I've got
Camp Shatter.
Camp Shatter.
That's hangover from fucking hell at the moment. So
I am
remembering
familiar.
names, not really my strong point.
Well, he was there, and he's lived for quite some time. He's a bit younger than I am, but for orc years, he's lived half his life, I think. But as I said, very little recognition, and he seemed to need something. And so in return for him arousing all of these men, I promised him that he would be officially, I don't know exactly how this works, but given the title of lieutenant. I'm sure you can make this happen, but a formality, I assume.
But a formality.
Very good.
I'm sure he'll be happy to hear it.
Is it my
Wonderful
turn
then.
yet?
Oh, very well, Arleden. Go on.
Please
never
make
so
it quick.
curious
The
what's
council
been up to
convenes in 5 minutes. Be quick.
Look, it won't take a moment. Look what I got. And he pulls out a little goblet. Napoleon! And the goblet turns into a rat.
My word, that is quite impressive.
And the rat, it does what you say. Look, do a little dance, Napoleon.
And it does a little dance.
Oh, that is
And I
adorable.
say this again. Goblet! And it turns back to the goblet, and I put it in my pocket. I'd say that's worth at least 2,000 men, wouldn't you, Vagor?
To the council meeting then.
Please.
Okay, so you guys are led back into the same throne room, the same unlucky throne room that you guys had been in when the city was attacked. And as you are led in, the chairs and table are pretty empty, except for one man and the king. King sits on his throne and his plate mail stands up as you guys approach. There's a man dressed in silver plate mail sitting by the throne, and as you look closely, you see that he's covered in scales, and as he stands up, he's a rather thin-looking dragonborn. More humanoid features than you expect from a dragonborn. And he just stares at you all as you walk in with his yellow eyes. As you get closer, you see that he's got silver scales, silver plate mail, silver sword. Got the whole silver going on.
Let me
Do you reckon
guess.
if he'd
You have
lie
a
down, he'd
scar
like
as
pay?
well.
What was that?
Sorry, I just cut over Vagor. I just said,
Go on.
do you reckon if he'd laid down, he'd look like pavement?
So who is this guy exactly?
Okay,
I'm
so as you
guessing I know who he is.
So as you guys sit down and the king introduces him, he says, "This, friends, is Gieran Lightstar." And the paladin nods to all of you, says, "It's a pleasure to meet you all. Olaf, I believe you've travelled through my land several times and not stopped to say hello.
Which lands would they be?
The commune.
Ah, you're of the Bahamut Saints.
I am indeed. In fact, some of the peasants, men that I look after, have spotted you on the outskirts of my land.
Indeed, I had passed through there.
And
Unfortunately, I was on urgent business.
requesting your attendance didn't work, so I decided to take a portal to you." And that's when the
As I say.
king says, "He's very important to our cause." "Yes, I have several thousand paladins ready at your command."
That is good. I'm
He
sure it will be
smiles.
the men.
You may think that impossible, but I have been hiding men in the mountains to the west for some time now. We call ourselves the Silver Crusade.
Oh, you wouldn't have been able to guess. I do quite like your scales, though. They are quite pretty.
I'll lean into Tumble and I'll say, I thought they were supposed to be descendants from dragons, but this one seems like he's just a lizard. What do you think?
Never really seen many Dragonborn in my time, but yeah, you're right. It's
Many of-
definitely more snake.
Many of our people hailed from the Broken Realms, and we were forced here.
What exactly brings you to our cause?
Evil. We smite it where we see it. And we've stood idle for too long as the world shadow spreads its evil.
Indeed, you have.
Hmm.
But better late than never.
Of course, it took a while to procure more men, especially there to travel the several thousand miles from the realms.
I was curious to how mobile this army of paladins of yours is.
Several weeks away from reaching the Ranaglun border, perhaps.
Aye, so they're travelling by foot then.
Horse, foot, whatever they can procure.
Ah, right. That's fine. Your numbers would be very welcome to the cause.
I was able to get here quick, of course.
Naturally.
I just thought you'd know that the numbers will swell your ranks. I will not be joining the Wildland army. The filthy curs can throw themselves against Moorish Bane as much as they want. I will not be joining them.
That is for you and your men to choose.
I hear Tanghold is still positioned strategically. We'll head there.
If you feel like you can break through the Feywater Pass, then that would be most advantageous.
I'll take King's End first. Just so we've got a place to station. But yes, I do believe I have the ability.
And what are your thoughts on this, my king?
Well, any help is, of course, welcome. But first of all, I wish to talk to you, Sister Berlin.
Aye, and what would that be in regards to?
I'm gonna need your people's help, of course.
Aye. I thought that might be something
I mean,
of an urgent matter.
it is why I called you here in the first place a week ago. Before the tragedy happened.
Aye. It may have been easier whilst Morn was still around to help and convince the people, but I think I have the ability and the go ahead to see if I could rally troops to our cause from my homeland.
Thank you, sister. That is basically the only question I had of you. If you were willing, act as an emissary for Larithia.
Aye, that would be fine. Just to have a few requests of my own in return to strengthen the home threat, of course. I'll be looking to swell our numbers in the city at all. As you know, the
I've heard.
two main pillars that our civilization stand upon are religion and the royalty of like yourself. So, but without one being strong, the other cannot keep the balance, and it will topple over. So, as I was saying, just to swell my own numbers of my own flock in the city, and to keep the loyalty with the gods and yourself, with your divine and sovereign right. Just allow that my following have certain privileges within your lands.
Can definitely allow you privileges of an emissary.
Aye, well, I can deal with that.
Of course,
I can
whatever
work with that,
privileges are bestowed upon you by your own people are yours to keep.
That's fine. I accept these terms.
Nods. And he then turns to the rest of you. And Tumble, I'm assuming that you have acquired vengeance.
Not all of it. It's not what I seek anymore.
Good. And yes, that's when Kieran Leicester goes, yes, vengeance is a cursed goal. Forever to
What we
repeat.
should seek now is resolution.
Of course.
And for that, we must know what we face. So everyone, I think we should table the information we have. Where do we stand? Who do we fight? Where do we put our numbers?
May I chime in?
It was an open question.
Oh, okay. I will put forward first. Ragnarok is a powerful country. Ranagland is the powerful country. Since Ileana's invaded, she's brought more men from her capital. I say, we either have two options. We're working slowly, strangling the capital so she has no more men, then defeat her personally. Or we sail. We throttle her supply line. We take it to their capital. Burn it down.
It's an interesting choice. Do we know the numbers? Where are our scouts?
The king says, oh, we have many scouts across the country. Currently, stay in position. We have scouts in Torrent at the moment, Baywater Pass. We have some around the areas of Morishbane, near the army currently approaching it. Of course, at the Five Sisters, we have a few spies in Ragnarok filtering information back, but it says that Ileana only shows for public kind of occurrences to bolster the army, and even then, he's shadowed by the Void Carls completely.
If I may, for a moment.
You may.
It seems rather foolish if we go to, so be it, choke the enemy by sailing forward. They could cut off our retreat in any manner of way. Why don't we advance slowly from our borders and dig our heels in, taking various strategic points as we go, so that we can bolster our own forces and decide on their numbers in a more definitive way before we take any armed action.
Yes, this is what I was saying. Approach slowly, cutting off her men, and then fight her afterwards.
But this
Good.
is a difficult battle. We fought this many times before. I fought in the Five Sisters 40 years ago. We struggled then. I think we struggle now. It's well defended. They put numbers there.
We have a decided advantage this time.
In what?
We have various armies, different pressure points across the kingdom. We're not fighting from one front, we're fighting from several.
This is true. This is true. We do have new allies now.
Perhaps an idea. The area around the Five Sisters, it is rather heavily, rather wild in nature, is it not?
Dolph knows the western front, very wild in nature, but the northern front, where it borders with Renogland, not so much.
Yeah. See, here's what I could do. Perhaps me and Tumble, we could go through the western front. I take it there's quite a lot of, big wildlife there. Bears, boars, wolves. Is this right? You know the area better than I.
No, much more magical in nature.
I see.
Yeah, it's Halota. It's Dolaf's mother's homeland.
May I offer a counter proposal quickly? Apologies, Vagor. I seem to feel a little clearer at the moment. Why don't we place as many men as we can, put them to field at the Five Sisters, so that the enemy appears as if we are about to attack. They, of course, will bolster their forces and prepare a counter. At the meantime, we shall swing our allies around Ranagland and take them from behind as we advance. That way, they'll be caught in a motion that neither they would predict or see coming.
That's not a terrible thought.
I'm for this. We've always worked better as a strike team. We have a big distraction, takes the brunt of all the small fry, and then we go and deliver the actual killing blow.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Are you all willing to be that strike team?
Yes,
shepherd.
adding on to this, the
What's
point I was trying to make is that while I am near, animals will not attack us. So if there's some area which is normally dangerous due to heavy wildlife, we can easily take a small force, maybe 20, maybe 50 men, and lead them through this area, and we will be guaranteed safe passage. We can strike
Wildlife.
from where they do not expect it.
Wildlife,
Yes.
Vigor. The king pipes up. The ever-living Vidar has more than wildlife to put danger towards you. The tribes of Centaur, the Trients.
Yes,
Does-
yes. Do not need to tell me why this would not work. I'm merely offering it as a suggestion that this might be of some benefit.
Okay.
If it is more suitable elsewhere, then this can happen elsewhere.
It is not a terrible idea. I think with a small team, we could make our way through the Everliving Vidir with minor obstructions. It
Why
is
not a
another-
hybrid of both ideas? Why not sail our team up and around instead of taking out the risk altogether?
Yeah, there is a river that runs through the Vidar.
Our main forces gather. Is there a map, Liam?
You can kind of see
Where are
it.
they?
Yeah, so this is what I mean. Like, is there a point?
Yeah, like you can see the river there. It runs through it.
So there's here at the Five Sisters. We travel up the river therefore taking out any kind of risk altogether. If we're spotted, well, that's when our risk arises.
My plan would be thus. I would send the army of Larithia, along with the militia that Vaegor and Sister Belindin have managed to raise, to the Five Sisters. Not to engage, but to act as a distraction and to let the enemy's number gather. I would then send our friend here from the commune
Yes.
in from the west, towards Feywater and Tanghold,
Can do that.
causing, again, further distractions. Split the forces. Once this is done, ourselves and a select number of units can go through the ever-living Vidir straight up to Ragnarok. We can make a strike deep in the enemy territory.
Yes, who is doing the strike in the enemy territory?
I've got a strike team.
We will.
You, 5, will attack Ileana head-on, the Weld Shadow.
It is not Ileana. Never
I
mind.
know.
It is a moot point. Yes, us. And a select number of elite guards.
Yeah, which I've been training.
Hang on. I thought Ileana was Beinstad.
Ileana took Beinstad, but she took foothold in Ragnarok. It is her main port of call, and where her reinforcements come to.
Oh, I see. Sorry. I guess it's irrelevant anyway. Now, we can probably get a hold of her if we must.
There is also the matter of Cutler. I understand she is at Bradford Castle.
She's positioned there, yeah.
Aye, that'll make our new friends here jobs a lot harder going through the Feywater Pie Pass and Tang's Hold.
Not if they're attacking Tanghold.
Which is apparently what they plan to do.
And that's the other side, which means Tanghold's about to get pincered.
You know that Gearan Lightstar here says he wants to attack Tanghold, but won't attack Morashbane because that's where the Wildland army is.
I spoke with her 2 days ago.
Ooh,
In what
shit.
capacity was she?
Myself and Tumble were at Fort Aaronspire. She appeared to me there, and we did discuss briefly. Whilst I cannot know her true intentions, I do believe what she told me. They plan to attack Tanghold.
Yep, and that's from the other
I
side.
see.
Like I say, it's going to get pincered. Tanghold would likely fall. And any reinforcements they have probably be sent that way too.
Very well, I'm not one to argue with those who have been in the spirit world.
You do know, though, that, of course, the Paladins are at least a week out by foot, but...
Yeah,
the
what did Doc Cutler say in terms of when they plan to attack Tanghold?
It kind of sounded like she was with the Wildland army.
Right.
You got the impression that she was part of it. She went, I'm going, like she said, like, I'm taking action, I'm taking my birthright, and she says, I'm fed up of mother's lies.
Yeah, I got that, but she said a specific time frame, and I can't remember what it was.
I think it was a couple of days.
We'll watch back in the recap.
Yeah.
We'll know for next session.
Yes, definitely.
No matter, even if there is a day or two between these attacks, perhaps so much the better. It will confuse them even more if they have started moving towards one of them to defend.
Indeed. It'll take time to stage the numbers anyway.
Yeah.
And as mentioned, it will purely be for staging. Not to engage, just to draw attention.
Aye, you just have to make sure that your paladins do plenty of advanced scouting. You don't want to be caught unawares by this army.
I wouldn't worry about it, Sister Paladin. My scouts are just fine. We have already planned our attack meticulously. We will
Aye,
not
but-
fail.
That Okutla, she is a wild card in all of this. But keep yourselves on your toes.
And what of Napoleon?
What of him?
Well, what should we do?
You just do as you see best fit, I'll aid him.
Mm,
You'll be joining us. Don't worry.
wise choice. Wise choice.
Not much of a strike force if we don't have any force with us.
What the fuck?
So what
All
say
right then,
you,
shall we
my king?
begin preparations?
Oh. We need to
Yep.
hear the king's orders.
Yes, you have my permission, and the Larithian army will soon head to the Five Sisters.
Then we shall make preparations.
I'm feeling rigid.
What?
What the fuck?
Okay,
I
guys, so
do acquire-
as you all stand to dismiss the meeting,
Just before we do that, if I do acquire the services of the dwarven paladins from Bruckheim, where shall they be going? To the Five Sisters as well.
yes, I would like them to support my current army. That is,
Aye.
that if Bruckheim sees fit.
They have long been allies. I'm sure that will help answer the call.
Aye, I can't doubt. I don't doubt that they'll not help in such a task as that.
If Larithia falls, they will be next. They will see the sense in it, I'm sure.
Aye.
But that's when, just at that moment, there's a knock at the door, and the king says, "Come in," and a servant looks sweaty, runs up to the king, hands him a scroll, bows, and leaves. And as you're all like getting up to dismiss the meeting, the king goes, "Oh, wait, sit back down."
Oh,
What is it?
Urgent news?
Yes, but good news. Okay, he kind of like leans back to. There's a incredulous disbelief on his face, and he goes, "News travels late, but we were lucky. A small force of Nordlings snuck past the Five Sisters yesterday, but they were killed. Not by us.
Then by
By
whom?
what then?
I don't know, it doesn't say. They were killed by a force that managed to act like ghosts." And then he lets the scroll roll down, it drops onto the table. The note says there were at least 300 men about to sneak on Gretelheim, but their bodies were found this morning. I didn't receive any news of this. Our men did not kill them.
Sounds like a cutler's work. If they can move like ghosts.
Definitely sounds like void magic at the very least.
I will send detectives and investigators as soon as possible. But anyway, just thought that might... You should know.
It's good that Gretelheim was spared, but people unknown in our lands, it's concerning. We need to get to the bottom of it.
Yes. Anyway, good luck in the coming days. If you need my help, then word.
My king.
before I go, Your Majesty, a gift. Just, for allowing me to remain within your hospitality. Here, a humble potion of strength. And I'll hand him the wolf potion. Be sure to take it just before any kind of courtly intrigues, or perhaps the ball that's coming up soon. You'll be a howl at the party.
Can you roll deception?
Oh, I can. I'm also... I want to use Tides of Chaos for advantage on it as well.
Nice!
Mm,
Go on,
I-
that's not it.
Fuck
I-
me. The king literally has to roll an 18. Fuck.
Odds of bullshit.
Yeah, okay, yeah, he rolled insight. He's like, thank you, Ali Eden. That's mighty kind of you. And he pockets the potion.
Remember, just before some kind of fancy party or perhaps court, it really does do the job.
Okay, thank you.
Good day, my king.
Enjoy your day. He like as you're led out, he turns to Gear and Lightstar, and Gear and Lightstar turns to him and goes, "Now let's talk about remuneration." The door closes, and that's where we end today's session.
Hey.
Nice.